My Parth and Junaid. Junaid, are you giving a presentation today? Because I don't have details if you are.
Yes, I'm giving a presentation today. I was called to give a presentation.
Okay, so Junaid, can you share your details? Are you on the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I'm in the WhatsApp group.
So can you send a mail to me? I would have sent a mail. I mean, I've sent a message which has my email address on it.
Just a minute.
Sure. Let me know if you can't see it.
I have got the mail, but I'm sorry I didn't mail you my details. Should I mail it now?
No problem. Yes, please do that. And if Aswin is here, Lalani, does anyone know which Rotary district she's from?
Which one, Amit?
Aswin Lalani.
Lalani is very much a Sindhi name, Indian name, so it should be from India, one of the districts.
No, no, she is from Pakistan.
Pakistan, no, that's a new name. That means a new name that has come in. It's only there were two girls from Pakistan. One was
Yeah,
Iman,
Iman,
and there
Iman
was this, and what's her
and
name?
Josia.
Josiah. So
Jos
who is the third name that was not known to us? Many people have come in at the last moment because I can also see this Junaid was not there till yesterday night, and
yeah, yeah.
Riza came in at the last moment. So this is a new addition we were not aware of. So last moment, if you keep on adding, there'll be confusion. So at some stage you have to put a stop to it.
Yeah, I have all of the details of at least
No,
all
has
of the
this Junaid's name came to you in the past?
uh, uh y- yes. Can I will direct message you right now. Okay, Arup.
For me, it's not a problem because you're giving 3 minutes to everyone, right? And suddenly, if the numbers go up, then you'll not be able to finish it on time because we were told that it's a 1 hour program
Yes, yes.
because there'll be Q&A. Suppose 3 minutes, 3 minutes talk, and say 2 minutes of Q&A, so it's 5 minutes. So 5 into 12 is 60. This typically, then you will have the beginning of it, you will have the end of it. Some people would speak, so it would go beyond your scheduled time.
Yeah. So I think we have from 11 till 12:30 is the time which we have announced to everyone. Um, at least in our invitation, that's what has gone out as well. So I have a little bit of buffer. So if, for example, Junaid is prepared, he's come prepared, and
I'm
if
saying
SB is
after this, there's so Junaid is the
after this.
12th name, 11th or 12th name. After this, no more entries. So that's what you'll have to put a stop to it. Otherwise, it becomes an open thing. I mean, it was told to all the countries. I personally spoken to Bangladesh, and
Yes.
they were like so casual in their approach that at the last moment they're sending in people. This is unfair. I personally spoken to 3, 4 people in Bangladesh.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do that, Mr. Rotarian Arup. Anyway, I will right now DM you and we
Hmm.
can take this conversation offline as well. Okay. I believe Bhaskaran has also asked uh, for meeting ID and password.
Bhaskaran is coming as he's a member of SRAC, so he's just coming, so he's not participating. He's a very senior gentleman. He's a,
Okay.
he's a Rotarian, so he is just coming to see the program, so he's not a participant.
Okay, okay. But he'd asked for the details. I'll try to share that with him. Just give me. He's in the.
But he was, in any case, he's got this thing. I had sent him the link to the general group. So,
Okay.
Bhaskaran, you need something more, Bhaskaran? I guess you have the link and all. Hi, Bhaskaran. Hi, Bhaskaran. Amit, can you just drop in a message to everyone in that WhatsApp group, those who have not turned up, because by 11:30 they were supposed to join. I mean, some of the current
Then
the guys who are already
hesitate.
registered, they have
Yes.
all
Yeah,
not. I've got team from Pakistan is there, team from Bangladesh, I guess, is there.
yes.
Then guy from Nepal is not there. I could see. Then
That's what Nepal. I have not received the details, at least in my
okay, just
mail.
drop it. I mean, no more chasing. If they come, it's good. If they don't come, just let it be off. And Kian
Yeah.
has come from Ahmedabad. Uh,
Yes, Kian.
and the,
So, what we'll do really quickly, okay, I will go through the details which I have right now, okay?
uh-huh.
Let all our participants see it because I want to just make sure that they are all here, they're all present, okay? Um, just give me just 2 minutes. I'm just finishing a message to you as well, and then I will share my screen so all our participants can see, right? If there are any last minute, if there are any changes to your uh, details, you can let me know. Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Arup, I've sent you a message also.
Okay, okay. Let me see. Is it come to personal? I'm not seeing any message.
It's a direct message to you, so
That's what I'm seeing. It's not come. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Your number was not saved, but nevertheless, it should be
no,
there.
no, sorry, this is on Zoom. I've sent it. Sorry,
You
let me
sent on
clarify.
Zoom. So that will come on. Acha, Zoom, you also can have okay. That's why
Correct.
I saw something coming in. Uh, okay, okay. That I know. That what you have sent is I'm aware of. Is there any
Yes.
dropout of children yet?
So that's what. Now I'll present my screen with the list that I have. Okay.
No, I can tell you who all has not reported yet. So we'll have to ping, and I'll also ping. One is that girl from Amritsar, Siddak. She's not seen yet. Then two.
Yes, she told me she would be a little late. She informed me.
Acha,
Yeah.
then it's okay. Then there are two children from Mount Abu. They have not joined yet.
Abu.
That is
Okay.
your Kaushika and forget the name of the boy. What was the name?
Wait, I'll tell you.
And
See,
then Sri Krishna
Shri.
from Bangalore has not come.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll just share now my screen from here. One
Hmm.
minute. Share.
This I know. If you know his number, you have to ping him.
Right. I will try to do that. Just give me 1 second. How do I?
Daniel, you can also talk to Daniel. Perhaps Daniel will chase better. You would know. Should I ping it to Daniel? That will be better for you, so you don't waste time.
Yes, yes.
I'm doing pinging to Daniel so that
Sure, sure. All right. So right now, Sri Krishna has not joined yet. I will just message.
no, I've done it. You leave it. I'm chasing on your behalf.
Okay,
That
fine.
don't waste time on that.
So Josiah is here. I can see Josiah already. So that's
Pakistan
great.
team is complete.
Uh,
Pakistan is complete. Bangladesh is complete. Sri Lanka is
no, that's what
complete.
Pakistan. This one more Asween has sent her details to my email address,
Take it.
but
If she
she's
has
not
come,
present
take it
here
now.
in the meeting.
She's if acha. So I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
anything about
I've
that.
added her details. So Raisa is here, I think. I've seen her. Yes, she's here. Tractor Raisa. Okay. So she's ready. Varada is not there. She has not joined yet. Is she here? If you are here, can you just unmute and let us know? No. Okay. I'll just message 1 minute.
Who all do I need to chase? Tell me.
This girl, Varada.
But I don't know her. This is the first time I'm getting to hear the name.
Okay.
No clue of her.
Join the meeting. Okay. I've sent this. Next, we have
Which
Iman.
city? Varda.
Iman is here.
Iman is
Correct?
there.
Yes. Okay. I can see
Okay,
her.
let me ask this girls, Iman and Zozia. Would you know this girl, Varda?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So, which city? Have you shared the mobile number, Amit?
I've just replied on the group.
Group. Okay.
Number is I've tagged her number also
Where is it? Like
in on WhatsApp. Sorry, on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, I can see this is, but this is,
Varda has joined. Okay,
she is
Varda, can
just,
you just unmute yourself and just say hi to everyone?
Morning.
hi, can you unmute Varda?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good
Good morning.
Varda.
Okay. Next, Parth is here. So Parth, I can see him. Okay.
Kaushika is not there. Kaushika.
Kaushika is
Ajay,
not here.
Kaushika has come. She's coming. She's coming. Yeah.
Okay, Kaushika is here.
No, no, this is not, this is the her PPT, but I don't know she's. Parth, where is Kaushiki? Any idea? Hi,
So
Parth.
her link is not working, so I'm sending her passcode and the meeting
Okay.
ID.
So you are coordinating with her. Okay, great.
Amit, the link that is sent to us, it doesn't have a, what do you call it? Passcode and
Pass. Yeah, but
yeah.
actually it directly comes.
At times people have a problem. So
Okay.
is that passcode available so that you can also share it so that, yeah,
I will have to call Rotarian Dharmendra. I will ask him, but
please do
yeah,
so because I guess few people may have a problem if they're not
I'll
new.
call him right now. Just a second.
Can you also share that in the chat?
Sure, I'll do that as soon as I get it. Mr. Bhaskaran.
Hi, Bhaskaran. Children, can we have your background as Interact background? In case you don't have it, ask for it right away. Can I request all of them, because yesterday people were told, so can we have your screensaver as Interact? Yeah, please put that as an Interact. So I'll get to know
Would you
who doesn't
put
have
mine
it.
also as Interact?
No, it is your home, I can see.
Would you like it? Okay, so I'll add it.
Because
then,
yeah,
no
I
problem.
think we'll need to lead by example. So that's how
Sure,
it
no
is.
problem.
And request DG Prashad if you could also do it, sir. That would be good. So those who don't have the Interact, this thing, let us know. We can give it right away to you guys.
Good morning, sir. This is Rida here. So I actually don't have one of those background.
Okay. Is there anyone who can send the link once more?
Yeah, sure. May I?
Yeah, please go ahead. You don't have to ask. Please go ahead and help. But the one with a higher resolution, not the one that I sent. That was little feeble. If you have a better one,
I
Thank
have
you.
the one with higher resolution.
भेजो ग्रुप में डाल दो, इस चैट में डाल दो, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में डाल दो, so that people can pick up from there.
Very weird. Mine has mirrored itself. I'll mirror it back 1 second.
अच्छा, कुछ तो दिख रहा है, चलेगा, even if it is mirror, at least.
No problem. No, I'll do it.
At least your face is not mirrored. You're not upside down. You're seen straight. So Josiah from Pakistan has shared the link. Please request all of us to kindly, do it, including the teachers, coordinators, because that gives a very strong message that we are all aligned to the same thought. If you do it, it's good.
Okay, mine is working now. Okay, so I'm going to go back again to our list. So Sri Krishna is still not here, correct?
I have texted to DG sir also, and
Sri Krishna has joined actually.
Has he? Can you just say
can
hi?
we see his face, please? Hi, Shri Krishna. He's there. Hi. Dear, can you use the background of Interact if you can, Shri Krishna? Do you have it, my friend? It's on the chat box. Just check.
Working on that, yeah.
Yeah. So who is this Ram Priya?
I'm the president of Skyway and his mother. I'm helping him out.
Okay. Thank you.
So
There's someone called Jain online. Is it an interactor? Is it an interactor? Jain online.
Parth has raised his hand. Sir, passcode. I'm just working on that.
We are getting the passcode. Just wait. She'll get a chance. Maybe we'll put her on the last if it is delayed.
No, I got it. Wait 1 minute.
Junaid, can you use the background as Interact? Junaid from Bangladesh. Kian.
Yes, sir.
Can you use? Try it out. Kian, तुम्हारी background क्या हो गई? Yes, put it on. Then Iman.
For everyone who required it, I've shared the meeting ID and the passcode as well.
Share it on both WhatsApp as well as
I'll share it on
and
WhatsApp.
the chat box. Yeah. So Raiza, then Iman Fatima.
Iman Fatima is there. Parth
No, I'm looking at the background so that I hope the background is working.
But just if we can confirm that our participants are also here. Kaushiki is not yet here, but Parth is helping her. Okay. Raida, are you here?
Yes, sir. Rida present.
Rida, sorry.
Yes,
Rida,
sir.
thank you. Okay, could you change your name to represent your actual
Okay, guys.
name?
Yeah, sure, sir. Just
Can you put it on the chat box, Amit, that they need to write their name, Interact Club, city, and the country. All of them. Your name, your Interact Club. You can write it in a short form, IC of whatever is the Interact Club. Name of your city, maybe Karachi or Kathmandu or Dhaka or Bangalore, whatever it is, and the country.
Yeah, I've given the format over there.
Parth,
So
yours is
that-
not Rotary Club, yours is an Interact Club. Can you change it, please? Josiah, yours is not Rotary Club, yours is an Interact Club. I've just seen that. Can you change it?
Sir, the name is Rotary Interact Club of Rahimia Khan Ruhi.
It cannot be. It has to start with Interact. Change it. We'll debate
Sure.
it later on in the after the meeting. It cannot be Rotary.
Sure,
500%. Change it.
Excuse me, sir. Could I just leave the meeting and just get back so that I could just get my names changed and everything?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. So Kian is also here. I'm going to go again next. Aswin Lalani, it's still not joined, correct? Aswin.
Check. Yes. Now my microphone's working.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Good. Okay, I have messaged her. And Zaria sir, if you could just confirm Rotarian Ravi Shankar will be joining us later or now? Sir, you are still on mute.
Now, what time she is expected to join? What's her name? The girl from Amritsar. So that
Kaushiki?
not Kaushiki. Siddhak. Good Siddhak Kaur.
Siddhak said she would mail me in 10 minutes a while back at 10:20.
Mail me what? She hadn't sent her presentation. Is it what you're saying?
Yeah, she said that she had not shared the details yet, but would it be okay if I send it in 10 minutes? She's messaging me right now.
Ask her to join. She can do extempore session.
Excuse me. I have a question.
Yes.
Do we need to send the
Yes.
presentation to you before we can present?
No, you need not do that.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Amit?
Oh, she sent it. Yes, there is a week.
Yeah. Ravi Shankar will be
You-
joining a little later. He's busy in somewhere interior Maharashtra, and he will join us.
Okay, fine. Sure. Okay. So we are close to being able to start this meeting.
4 minutes are there.
I will try to, I will try to start exactly on time. Just give me, 2 minutes. I'm just figuring out a few last details. People who've sent me details late, but I will update. You've sent it.
You also need to capture the names, those who have joined, because you have to issue them the certificate. Only those who are joining, right? Those who have not turned up, they don't get the certificates. Am I right, Amit?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. That's right.
so from the beginning, except for the person who has informed you, that is, what's the name? This Good Siddhak and Kaushiki, they are delayed
Yes.
because of some XYZ reasons. Rest who don't turn up, certificates only should go to the people who are there.
Who have participated? Yeah, definitely. No problem.
Maybe after the session is over, on the chat box, we can stay back for 2 minutes, ask the children to write down the exact spelling of their Interact Club. Because once you issue the certificate, you cannot reverse it again. That's very important.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Has DG come on, Amit?
Yeah, he's there since long.
Yes, sir.
We're the first to come in.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Mr. Ashwath Subbarao, joining from Bengaluru here, representing Rotary Club Bhubaneswar Nagar. Is it mandatory for everyone to just send their introduction to you through the chat box?
No, that's not required.
Fine, then, good.
It's mainly for our young interactors who are presenting it to see the details.
Good, good.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, almost there. Just give me a minute.
So those who are participating, children, kindly put your background as this interact background if you can. If you're still struggling, ask for it.
Okay, looks like all of the presentations are ready. Kian is there twice. Okay, that's fine. We can fix that. Okay, so before we start, I'll quickly just go over the list again. I hope everyone is here. And this is the sequence. Gavit is also here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. So this is also the sequence in which you will be giving your presentations. Please check last minute whether you have any final changes. If I think this is exactly what you have sent me anyway. So no changes? Arup, you are on mute.
No, sir.
Okay. Next is Sri Krishna. You are here.
I'm here.
Josiah.
No, sir, it's all right.
Okay. Raisa. Are we good with this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just open my mic. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah,
Audible.
it's working with me.
All good? Okay. Vanada is here now?
Yes, sir, it's all good.
Okay, great. Iman Fatima?
Yes, sir, it's all good.
Okay, great. Parth? You here?
Yes, sir.
All good?
So I can't put the background of Interact Club.
Oh, you're not
Okay,
able to do
forget
that?
it. Forget it. If it is not happening, don't worry. Try to do it. If it, don't worry on that.
We still have not heard back from Kaushiki, correct?
So, Parth, what is the status like?
So she's trying, but he can't get in the meeting. Her network is not working. Network issue.
Okay, just
Okay.
I'll talk to
I'll
a,
do
I'll
is,
talk to a, I'll talk to a principal. Don't worry. So you carry on. Let her be the last. She and
okay,
Gursiddar can be
I'll
the last
do.
two.
Gursiddar is here right now. She has joined also.
Siddharth, you there?
Yes, I saw her in the
Yes, sir,
meeting.
I'm here. Good
Yeah,
morning.
she's there. So only put Kaushiki as the last candidate. By that time, she would have come in.
Yeah. Rida is here in the call.
Yes, sir, all good.
Okay, all good. Yes, great. Junaid Ahmed, I've
Yes, sir.
seen him here.
Yes, sir. Everything's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
All of your details are correct?
Put Kaushiki.
Sorry, could you
Kaushiki
repeat that?
Kaushiki, are you there?
Yes, I'll put my video on in a second.
Okay.
Okay. Kaushiki is also here. Great. Fine. Kian, you are here?
Hi, Kian.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Is Vishal Pandey from Nepal there?
Yesterday he was there. Today we are not seeing him.
He has not shared his details with me actually.
Okay. All right.
Let's
Let's
Aswin,
keep it.
Rani, I've seen her here in the meeting.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're here? Okay, great.
let's
Siddharth, I think you have joined.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yesterday he was.
Okay, lovely. Welcome. And Kaushiki, I think she is also joined now, correct? So with that, we will start the meeting then. Okay. Some people are having difficulty sharing their background, but that's all right. So we will start today's meeting then. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this exciting and thought-provoking online event where we're talking about environmental solutions for peace building. You know, today we're privileged to bring together young interactors from across South Asia, and a region which is known for its cultural diversity and breathtaking natural beauty. And of course, like all regions of the world, it's rich cultural diversity. So although it's an area which has so much beauty, it also has its fair share of environmental and social challenges. So this event is a platform for these young change makers to share their innovative ideas on how the environment can play an important role or a pivotal role in fostering peace and unity. So, sorry, we will go to our beginning. Right. So we are also organizing a series of events just like this one on the subject of peace building, leading up to the Rotary South Asia International Peace Conference. Now, you all must be wondering what is the Rotary South Asia International Peace Conference. And it is a conference which is going to be held on March 22nd and 23rd. And it's a landmark event which is bringing together participants from across 9 South Asian countries. And this conference is a testament to Rotary's unwavering commitment to promoting peace and addressing the root cause of conflict in our region. With over 70 million people displaced due to conflict, violence, and persecution, half of whom are going to be children by 2050, the need for actionable solutions has never been more urgent. And SAIPC, as we are recalling it, aims to tackle these challenges head on by fostering dialogue, collaboration, and innovation. The conference will bring together influential leaders, policymakers, and thinkers to focus on critical areas such as public health, environmental sustainability, and cultural integration. Rotary believes that peace is not just the absence of conflict, but the presence of equitable opportunities, understanding, and shared prosperity. So SAIPC is more than a conference, it's a call to action, and it's an opportunity to create lasting change by empowering communities, building bridges, and fostering a culture of peace that transcends borders. Together, we can build a future where peace is not just a dream, but a reality for all. This conference is the brainchild of our DG, who is uniquely poised to drive a program of peace in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce a distinguished leader whose journey in Rotary is marked by unwavering dedication to community service and the pursuit of peace. District Governor 2024-25 for RID 3192, Rotarian Mahadev Prasad. A little bit about him. Rotarian Mahadev Prasad began his Rotary journey in 2004 with Rotary Bangalore High Grounds. As the club president in 2012-13, he led the club to earn the prestigious 5-star award. His leadership extended to key roles in District 3190, including Assistant Governor, Director of Community Service, and Director of Public Image. His impactful projects include the construction of over 200 homes for underprivileged families, the donation of 6 dialysis machines to Jayadeva Hospital, and organizing the National Paralympic selection in Bangalore. Notably, he spearheaded the construction of toilets for forest communities in Bandipur, significantly reducing human-animal conflict by over 85%. And this project addressed the dangers of open defecation in areas with active wildlife, enhancing both human safety and conservation efforts. A level 2 major donor, Rotarian Mahadev Prasad, has represented Rotary globally at the International Convention in Atlanta in 2017-18. Please join me in welcoming a leader dedicated to Rotary's ideals of service above self, District Governor 2024-25, Rotarian Mahadev Prasad. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is
good morning.
Prasad. Thanks for the nice introduction, Amit.
Thank you.
Yeah. So first of all, let me thank our Arup ji, Amit and Zarir, who are responsible for this Zoom session on environment. Nice to have our young friends from different countries. Thanks to our Deepak ji, who helped us to coordinate with all of us. Thanks to our John Daniel for coordinating the event. And on behalf of District 3192, I just want to share a few thoughts why we started this Peace Summit. Especially in our district, we have been doing lots and lots of projects on service projects, spending a lot of money to different avenues like CSR, like the Global Grant and our own funds. We have been doing service projects worth crores, 80 crores, 100 crores every year. But we are not doing much on the peace and conflict, which is the need of the hour everywhere, not only in India, all over the world it's required. So I thought, why we should not start a peace conference with the intention of giving some sort of, I don't say that it's a solution, it's a recommendation that already Rotary is doing a lot of service projects through health, environment and community welfare. Why not we utilize this and show the world that after our polio, this peace should be our responsible and significant project taken up by the Rotary throughout the world. So we are it's a small seed sowed this year with a district organizing the peace conference involving almost 8 countries: Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. So this conference, our intention is to have the experts in different fields, the policy makers, and of course, our young students who are the future of this world. They have to show, they have to see, and they have to also follow the paths of what you would like to recommend this in this conference. So with this intention, we have started this conference with a lot of hopes on this conference. I hope these children who are here to talk today on the environment will be our future leaders in the environment sector. I wish all the best to all the students. Thank you, Arup ji. Thanks for the coordination. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Zarir. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dilip Saab. And of course, we have leaders from Bangladesh. Aziz Saab, I think, yeah, Aziz Saab is also there. So I thank each and everyone for coordinating with us. I look forward for a future partnership where we can show that Rotary can do wonders for this world on peace and conflict. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, BG. Those were very inspiring words. And I absolutely feel like this concept of peace is something which is very important for everyone. So I will just go back to this. My presentation is not working. Just give me a second.
Amit, can you mute everyone and then ask the speaker to unmute? So that would be good.
I'll do that.
There's some disturbances at the back.
So I have muted everyone now. Just presenting my screen again. Yes.
And
So
one more thing, Amit. Can you make 2 or 3 of us as co-host in case you drop out because of network? The session will not drop. Make 2 or 3 people of your choice as co-host.
Host. It's saying make host actually.
You can assign co-host rights. It is possible. Just click on the photos of anyone who likes on the pic, and you have an option to make a co-host. If you can do it.
At the moment, I'm not able to see that. So
maybe the person who has started this meeting, what's his name? Your IT guy. He can do it, perhaps.
Perhaps. Let me see. I'll try to message.
This is only for safety.
Right. So let me try. I'll just message him. Yeah. Give me a few minutes. So what we're just before we jump into all of the presentations, I want to just touch upon why we are, doing this. Why does the youth have to worry about environmental solutions for peace? And the reason is that one of the major reasons I can say is that right now, the way that the world is headed, we have set goals that we need to achieve, but the entire world is slightly behind, and we are not currently achieving the limit of 1.5 degrees rise in temperature. And that can have significant impact on peace in the world as well. Many countries are not achieving their own goals as well, which is a scary fact, which is why the youth has been and will remain to be very important in driving this change. And when we look at the actual figures of what climate change can do, we are talking about 216 million people, which will require to move just because of rising sea levels by 2050. That is a huge number, It's a close to a quarter of a billion people have to move out of their homes, which is a pretty scary idea. So we will start today's presentations then. I'd like to welcome to give his presentation Gavit, who is from Sri Lanka. He's talking about environmental solutions for peace building. Gavit, the stage is all yours. If you'd like to present, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, before I start with my speech, I'd like to thank Arup sir and Amit sir and also District 3192 for giving me this opportunity. So when talking about environmental solutions for peace building in a country like Sri Lanka, the background of a country like Sri Lanka is like it's under post-conflict. So I think that there are many other countries within Asia as well as in the world that are under post-conflicts and like they struggle to thrive through to have better peace building. Now there are three things that I suggest that one, of course, importantly, to reforestate the forests that have been damaged during the conflict period, right? And also, like, these countries are, yes, sir.
Sorry, your voice was breaking.
So I'm clearly audible.
Can everyone else
Is it
hear
okay
me
now,
okay?
sir?
Yeah, so just put the video off. Just put the video off. Your bandwidth would go up. Put the video. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so how about now? How about okay?
Yeah, better.
Okay, so continuing, as I was saying, like more important should be put towards reforestation and to restore like and to foster green jobs for these countries that are actually underdeveloping in terms of economy as well when you think about their post-conflict nations. Now, examples and help what these countries could take, what I personally believe is that they will have NGOs and international government bodies such as the United Nations to help these countries, right? And an example I can give you is like countries like Cambodia have shown success in this. For an example, the United Nations Readiness Program and the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility and the Cash for Work program that have been initiated in Cambodia with the help of United Nations have actually helped to plant around more than 150,000 seeds of trees over like 180,000 yards of hectares. This is to tell you that like when countries who are struggling to actually build peace through better environment solutions have like better alternatives such as United Nations and other NGOs. And then moving on with in terms of like how these countries actually improve their economy as well through environment without harming the environment as a whole. My suggestion for that, and this is something Sri Lanka itself have been following, is ecotourism, right? Now, these are initiatives like that have been put forward in former conflict zones, right? Such as, for example, in Sri Lanka, the northern and the eastern provinces, they actually have initiated this. For example, like the Mannar Islands, the Trincomalee and Batiklo and Vilpattu Yala National Parks, they have actually undergone ecotourism to actually foster and reinstate the damaged areas as well as to improve in terms of tourism, right? This is actually proportional to improve the amount of jobs and improve the amount of community engagement to actually to create them a reason to actually have a better and better peaceful environment and give them a reason to protect it as a whole. And then moving on with what other alternatives have countries like Sri Lanka and other post-conflict countries could take part to have better environmental solutions. Besides the United Nations, and in United Nations we have like the Global Environmental Facility. So the Global Environmental Facility, it has 18 organizations, right? Now these 18 organizations have actually assisted countries like Sri Lanka in its carbon offset program. And also Sri Lanka, I have also collaborated with some bilateral donors, right, such as like Japan, Norway, and the United States, and other multilateral organizations, and such as the Asian Development Bank. This is specifically exclusive for Asian countries, which have actually helped them to address the post-conflict environmental challenges. Now, like the Japan International Cooperation Agency and the Asian Development Bank have actually helped Sri Lanka through funding and disaster risk management to actually enforce the biodiversity and conservation. So what I wanted to highlight in my speech today was that how important this enrollment of international organizations and NGOs and how helpful they are for countries under post-conflict with like developing economies to actually win on the argument about like environment solutions for better peace building as a whole. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Javed. I will open the floor to any questions if anyone has regarding the presentation which Gavit just gave. I have a question myself, but I will allow somebody else also to ask a question if they have one. Yes, Aru, go ahead.
And it's not a question. It's like I would sincerely like to thank him. What a mature talk he did. Even we seniors cannot talk. He had done his research so very well at his young age. I mean, he would be hardly 16, 17, 18 years old. We never thought in our age we can think of it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I would personally send a special word of congratulations to your district governor. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks. Thank you so much. I also couldn't agree less with that. Gavit, you gave a very insightful talk. one thing which I just wanted to ask also was that specific to, Sri Lanka, do you think there are any environmental challenges which are causing rifts between certain communities or which is causing, stifling of peace right now? Do you see any challenges which are there?
So in terms of peace, like I said, like in Sri Lanka internally there aren't any conflicts. So Sri Lanka is a post-conflict nation, but the issue there is that the issue is with those countries is in undergoing reforestation, basically restoring the damages which happened during the conflict period, and in that essence, yes. So that's the issue and the current prevailing.
Absolutely. So if nobody else has a question, we'll move on. I know that I believe Bhaskaran has raised his hand. Do you have something to say, Rotarian Bhaskaran?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I want to understand from all the students who are presenting this, do they understand what is carbon footprint
What is?
and what is net zero? Do they understand what is the carbon footprint and what is net zero?
What is a carbon footprint, he has asked.
And what is a net zero?
Okay.
Amit,
Could you
Amit,
message that?
Amit, I'm just to help it. I mean, what he's trying to say. Do the students understand what is a carbon footprint and net zero? I would recommend Bhaskaran, once all the students have spoken, talk at one go, because that's a gray area. It's a gray area for us, we seniors or a 50 plus. For the children, it's definitely going to be a gray area. So once the session is over, you take 2 minutes to explain to them. That would be better. So everyone gets to know it.
That'll be great, actually. Yeah, sure. So let's do that. I hope you will be ready for that, Rotarian Bhaskaran.
Please go ahead.
Okay, lovely. Great. Thank you so much. So again, thank you so much, Gavit, for those insightful thoughts. Let's give him a round of applause. You can send your claps via Zoom also if you like. So we'll move on to our next participant as well.
Good morning.
Shri Krishna from Bangalore.
Yes. I'll
Good
just share my
morning.
screen. I'm going to present to you a presentation that I made.
Yes.
So today I'm going to talk to you, everybody, about the environmental roots of peace and conflict. Green spaces, a path to peace and joy. Green spaces provide mental health benefits that help to reduce stress and improve well-being. Studies show that spending time in nature lowers cortisol and increases serotonin and dopamine, thus reducing aggression within people. Social cohesion and trust. Green areas encourage social interaction, leading to less stressed community bonds. Examples of green spaces reducing aggression and conflict. 1. Singapore. With abundant urban greenery, Singapore has lowered its crime rates and now has a happier population. 2. Portland, Oregon. Portland has seen a massive reduction in crime due to its emphasis on urban forests and greenery. Degraded environments, a breeding ground for conflict. Resource scarcity. Environmental degradation leads to a lack of essential resources, causing conflicts and violence over resources. Psychological stress. Polluted areas and overcrowded areas create stress, which can lead to violence as well as mental health issues. Breakdown of social cohesion. Lack of communal spaces and poor living conditions caused due to environmental pollution can weaken social ties and breed discontent between two or more parties. Examples of degraded environments leading to conflict and crime. 1. The Darfur conflict, fueled by desertification and competition over land and water. 2. Delhi, India. Crime rates tend to increase during extreme pollution events. 3. Brazil. Crime is generally higher in degraded urban areas, such as slums and overcrowded communities, leading to gang violence and loss of trust in the government. Climate change, a catalyst for international conflict. 1. So in 2006 to 2011, a severe drought in Syria was triggered by climate change. Right afterwards, in 2011, Syria's civil war started, which was partially caused due to this drought. A tale of two worlds, sustainable worlds and degraded environments. Sustainable areas. Countries like those in Scandinavia invest in green policies, resulting in a happier and more peaceful society, where there is little to no conflict. Meanwhile, degraded areas, such as the Sahel in Africa, experience high migration, conflict, and extremism, which often leads to civil discontent and, in the long term, violence. Solutions. Restoring the environment and building peace through greenery. 1. Restoring the environment. Efforts like afforestation, soil restoration, and water conservation can rebuild ecosystems. Green urban planning. Cities should invest in green spaces, parks, and forests to improve mental health and reduce crime and general aggression. 3. Addressing climate change. Strong climate change policies can prevent resource scarcity and conflicts. 4. Adding trees and shrubs along border areas. The greenery that runs through areas prone to conflict helps considerably to reduce the frequency of large and small-scale attacks. It also symbolizes peace, reducing the likelihood of wars and battles in these sensitive areas. Conclusion. Nature nurtures peace. A healthy environment fosters well-being, social harmony and stability, while degradation fuels stress and conflict. To ensure a peaceful future, we must invest in sustainability, green spaces, and climate resilience. By protecting nature, we protect humanity and peace. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Sri Krishna. I think that was something which, honestly, I feel that a lot of governments around the world tend to, sacrifice the environment to make way for infrastructure. And one question that I do have for you is, when this happens, we often see it that, oh, there's a new highway which is coming up and 1,000 trees are going to be cut down. Often what environmentally conscious citizens do is they protest, but that's where it ends. And a few months later, you see that the highway is coming up. So what would be your solution? How do we make sure that governments do what we want them to do like this?
See, personally, I feel like to ensure that governments do what the people want to do, we should tell everybody should come to the government and demand that something is to be done. Otherwise, something like making a highway that is actually green, while still ensuring that there is greenery and you can have all of the infrastructure the government wants, like, for example, a compromise, like what I just said. To ensure that something like that happens, we need to push the governments of different countries in order to ensure that this occurs. Otherwise, what we will see is that there'll be less green spaces and more of a focus on making money or just ensuring that something is done instead of ensuring that something is able to last through the next couple of years, which will be quite turbulent due to climate change and other factors.
Lovely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Would anyone else have any other question?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Ahmedabad is planning to host the 2036 Olympics. Now, a lot of urban areas are going to be destroyed. Don't you feel there should be a green tribunal which should be above even the Prime Minister Modi, that they have to plant so many trees to offset the losses from now to get the license? Even if Olympic grants it, they cannot give it to Ahmedabad. Though I'm from Ahmedabad, still saying so. What's your thought on this?
Actually, I agree with what you're saying. I think a green tribunal should be there above the government in order to ensure that people get what is needed for their well-being and the country's well-being. This is quite important because in this world, if one country decides, no, I am not going to enforce green policies, no, something like this is not going to happen, it's going to affect all of us, not just that one country. It's going to affect everybody. So we need to ensure that everybody gets that what do you call it, that offset. We need to offset our carbon emissions, and we need to ensure that everybody is safe in this world due to environmental issues. We do not want any more issues because of the environment being degraded.
Absolutely.
I think
So,
there's a question in the chat.
yes. So,
If, as a senior citizen, I may comment, avoid reading the slides in front of an audience. Since this, okay, that's different. Sorry.
okay, no problem. Yeah. So I think somebody has given a good example as well. Yashika has made a note saying that, there's a Three Gorges Dam from China, which is a good example in which local communities were forced to relocate from their homes in order to allow for the construction of a dam. Is a perfect example of how infrastructure makes way for, and I mean, usually the environment has to make way for infrastructure. So one good way to exercise your voice is through votes as well. So
I'll
make sure.
share one more example, and it's a live example. There's a place called IFCO. IFCO is the Indian Fertilizers Cooperative something. IFCO, the full form. Okay, this is very close to my house, and they wanted to expand their facility. They came up with nano fertilizers. So when they approached, the chief minister ensured that you'll get the license only when you plant some 10,000 trees. Then only they got the license. So that should be the rule. You do it, you have to offset first, and then only you
Yes,
get the
I
license.
agree. Offsetting carbon emissions first is key in order to ensure that our infrastructure that we're going to build will be there for the rest of its foreseen use. It's quite important for us to know that. Otherwise, there will be issues such as that area is going to become polluted. There's going to be garbage. The people won't respect that area. We need to ensure that the green space is utilized in the infrastructure itself and not just outside the infrastructure. That's what I feel.
Absolutely. Great, lovely. So that brings us to our time for this presentation. Thank you so much, Sri Krishna. Wonderful ideas. And we can't wait to see what you do in the future. We hope you carry on this passion. Okay. So we'll now move on to our next participant. Just a second. Okay. Very excited to hear from Josiah, from our neighbors in Pakistan. So welcome, Josiah.
Hi, sir.
Hello, hello. Yeah.
As we all are looking forward for the environmental solutions for peace building, first I would like to introduce myself. I am Josiah Mariam, the Chartered President of Interact Club of Rahima Khan Ruhi, and now I would be proceeding towards the toward my presentation. As first, we have to discuss what is the importance of the topic we are discussing and we are going on. If we discuss environmental solutions which are also linked towards the peace building, we all would be familiar that how we are supposed to promote sustainable peace in our countries and the whole world, because environmental solutions is directly linked to the peace of the world. So we should mainly focus on this issue right away. And the second thing is that if we find mostly environmental problems are the causes of root causes of conflicts that are going on, and even if they aren't, after the conflict there are several disasters that have been made which cause the environment to be destroyed. So we have to stop conflicts and wars so that there can be peace as well as the reduced environmental problems going on. The third thing is that environment is a central resource-based conflict. People fight over water, land, and natural resources that we haven't. Some people will say we don't have these minerals in our country, and we don't have these minerals around us. So we will be working for our. We will be working for our these resources so that it could be helpful for us to ensure peace within the environmental solutions provided towards all the countries in the world. There is a quote by a Kenyan environmentalist, Wangari Maathai, who have said environmental degradation can lead to a conflict, but it can also be a catalyst for a cooperation and peace. So we should look forward to it so that there can be issues resolved and peace in the whole world and a nurtured environment around us. There are several issues going around in the world and as well as in Pakistan. Mainly, the one of the most major issue right now is our water crisis. As UN have stated that in 2025, Pakistan will be facing a water scarcity. So I want to share that why we are facing this. Basically, it's because of the disagreement over water distribution and management by the governments of Pakistan, that they provide more water to some provinces and less water to some. So they always conflict over that why aren't we given more water. So because we are facing this problem because of less water there, because water is a basic resource which leads to forestation, agriculture, and many of the other sources. And the other thing is that the other problem we are facing is that there are very limited water resources in Pakistan, and there is a clash always over the access that some water is used for irrigation and drinking. That's why there is a lack of clean water. Pakistan have 60% of polluted water and 40% of the clean water. People who face very much problem in drinking clean water, and many of the people around our country have to use polluted and bad water, which can also cause health issues to them. Moreover, due to the drastic climate changes around the world for different reasons, there are sometimes floods which brings excess water, and sometimes there is drought. There is no water all around us, and we are facing this problem that there is no water, and several million people are dying, and this is the issue for this. But our country is working on it. There are some projects and initiatives taken by our governments. One of them is solar water project, which name is Boonde Shams, and it have provided 50,000 plus people with fresh water every day, so that no one would be having polluted water, and the polluted water is filtered with the help of solar power and then provided to the people so that they can have clean water and won't face health issues. There are several other projects such as Water Aid, Water for Women Pakistan. It's by United Nations. Global Waters is also a part of. It is an American association. Pani Project is a project which is also an American non-profitable humanitarian organization which is providing water aid to Pakistan. And there is a Borjan project. These are some projects, and there are several other projects going on so that this problem can be solved, because this leads to several other issues which can reduce the conflicts among the provinces and as well as the country. Moreover, there are some solutions that I think can be implemented in our country and all around the country facing the same issue, countries facing the same issue, such as we can see and locate the thing that where we can build large and small dams. But there is a thing that we should be aware that when we have to dislocate people from there and we have to cut down trees, we should be planting trees somewhere else so that there won't be deforestation. We should take care of one problem but not make other problem prominent. We should go on equal levels so that all the problems can be resolved all around the world. There can be water preservation methods such as there are several people and who have different mindsets, and they can use they can sit on a table and make the decisions that we can do. We can share the propose our solution that this can be done, and as we all have different mindset, there will be thousands of ideas which can be implemented so that we can reassure our problems and provide solutions and it can be implemented. Moreover, there can be water infrastructure such as I have posted this picture around here. This is a water infrastructure which shows that this process can be done and no environment is being disturbed. There is plants as well as we are also preserving rainwater which can be used for future and it can be cleaned as well. There are water efficient technologies which can be taking place as well. So this is the main problem in Pakistan which I wanted to discuss. And there are several other problems, but mainly they all are linked with water. So that's why I chose this aspect of the topic. That's all with my presentation. Thank you. I am looking forward for the questions.
Lovely. Great. Thank you so much, Josiah. That was very insightful. I think one of the, Sri Krishna is also giving you a round of applause. Great. So I think one of the best things that you came up with or that you thought of is that how even solutions can be linked with creating other problems. So we have to think in that kind of way, that a solution can have multiple impacts on other parts of our system. So I think that's a very inspired thought, and I love how many different types of solutions you've got. I need to do a little bit more research about this Bundi Shams project. It sounds very Prince actually has a question also, so I'll open it up to Sri Krishna.
Yeah,
Good
sure.
morning, Josiah. I have a question for you. How do these projects help in fostering international peace?
I asked that I am right away discussing the problems going on in my own country, like how we are facing inter country problems, but how people fight over water in my country and how it can be resolved by this project. But if there are same problems going on in the other countries, then they can also use the same ideology so that it can foster peace, and that's how we all can be having peace among us. Because first there is a war in the country, civil wars, and that leads to that there are allies of the countries, and that leads to a world war. So that's how we protect. First we have to make our civil wars, avoid civil wars, and then how we will be protecting our the world peace, international peace.
Thank you.
Did that answer? Yeah, great. So yeah, that's absolutely true that a lot of times environmental problems can cause regional conflicts as well. So fantastic ideas. Arup, you have another point as well? You're on mute, but sir.
Add to what Sri Krishna said, just to add, when there's a crisis of water in a country, there'll be tendency to migrate, and then someone will deport you. That's what is happening in America right now. They're deporting people every day. A plane is coming and bringing people back. Now, the question is, the next world war, if it ever happens, it's going to be because of water. So suppose tomorrow, when you grow up and you are given a chance to be the Minister of Water in government of Pakistan, what are the changes you would like to bring in? Because only when you are in power, you can do it. You can't do as a child.
Yes, I would really want to make the dams, but as there should be several dams in our country which can provide enough water for all the provinces, so that there will be less water issues. Moreover, there are some little projects which can be done in the several small areas, like local areas and the rural areas of the Pakistan, and there those projects can be proceeded, which can then foster water issues. And the main problem is we have water, but it's polluted, which is leading towards the water scarcity and water problem. So we have to use that polluted water to be filtered, so that people can use it and there can be less issues. So there can be several water filtration plants when I become a big authority in my country, that there will be a lot of water filtration projects, so that the water which is polluted by us, we can reuse it and filter it, so that people can use it for several projects in domestic use, in industrial use. And the one problem is that industries are the ones which make water pollution a lot. So we can just teach them and to tell them how we can avoid water pollution around the world. So when water pollution is less, then there will be less problems leading towards the water issue, because we will have more of a clean water.
Absolutely.
Counter question to you. Do you feel teaching is better or fining the industry would be the better way? Imposing a
Can I
fine.
have again?
Do you feel teaching would be a better option when we're already late in the game, or imposing a fine if you pollute further?
We can go with the strict rules as well. First, we have to, like, when people become an authority, there is a greed of power. So we have to be strict towards them. That you have to follow this rule, so that this problem can be avoided, because they themselves are hurting and causing problems to themselves. So why not they can just think of themselves if they don't want to think of others to avoid those problems.
Thank you.
Lovely. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Josiah. That was a very lovely conversation that you had, and lots of to and fro. So thank you so much for your ideas. We will now move on to our next participant. I hope Raisa is ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. I will just spotlight. And this is the slide that you requested.
Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my thought and represent my country, Bangladesh. Today, I want to highlight a specific problem and critical connection between environment, sustainability, and peace building, focusing on a pressing issue that affects not only Bangladesh but also many other nations. It is very alarming to other nations as well, which is riverbank erosion. In Bangladesh, riverbank erosion displaces thousands of people each year, leading to land disputes and conflicts between settled and displaced communities. To put this into perspective, in July 2024, severe erosion caused by the Jumuna River left 35 families homeless in Tangail, which is in Bangladesh, washing away nearly 60% of the homes in Charpuli village. Similarly, in 2019, at least 8,000 people in the northern district lost their homes, and over past 4 decades, over 2,385 85 hectares of land have been eroded. Communities in Choryutpur, Kadirpur, Muladi, and Morichachor continue to struggle with these challenges. This displacement often this displacement often leads to land disputes between local communities and newly displaced people who migrate in search of shelter and resources. Conflicts arise over ownership of land, access of water, and even competition for employment. To address this crisis and promote peace, we need a riverbank stabilization project that integrates afforestation, bioengineering, and sustainable embankment. One of the most effective and accessible solution, according to me, is tree plantation along riverbanks. Instead of we all are familiar to the project that we maybe once at a lifetime we have done it, that tree plantation in any NGO or in our personal life as well. So instead of doing tree plantation in plain land, I think we should plant deep roasted trees like bamboo, mangroves across the riverbank. It would be very helpful to bind the soil, reduce erosion, and protect communities from displacement. Additionally, bioengineering techniques like jute bags, sandbags, which we know that jute bags are very useful to to wipe out the water of the soil, so it would be very helpful for the riverbank area people. Additionally, I want to consider that if you are if you consider feasibility and impact of such initiatives, we have a real world example from Assam, India. Along the Brahmaputra River, decades of erosion displaced thousands, leading to conflicts between indigenous Assamese communities, migrant shelters. To mitigate this, a large scale tree plantation program was implemented. As the tree took root, erosion showed and tension eased as both communities and recognized the shared benefits of environmental conservation. Studies show that if afforestation can reduce soil erosion by up to 95%, making it a sustainable and effective peace building tool. I have added the picture. You can already see it. It is the picture of the Assam incident. Before planting trees, it was very messy kind of a thing, and it was very unfortunate situation that happened. And after planting trees, the erosion of river can be stopped. So I can say that the first one is during the river erosion, and the last one is after setting a prevention. To make such a project successful in Bangladesh, we need multi-stakeholders engagement, including local communities and international support. Awareness campaigns and global partnership as well can help secure funding and technical expertise to implement these strategies effectively. In conclusion, I want to add environmental challenges like riverbank erosion are not just ecological concern, they are deeply linked to social stability and peace as well. By investing in sustainable environmental solution, we can prevent displacement, reduce land conflicts, and foster long-term cooperation among communities. Peace and sustainability must go hand in hand, and it is our collective responsibility to act now. And the scenario that I have shown with the Assam case, we can do the same thing with Bangladesh, and we can grow as much tree by the bank of the river to make sure that we can stop this river erosion thing, and make sure that people can lead a very safe life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Raisa. I think These are honestly, if you think about it, something like this, restoring the edge of a river is actually a very simple solution, and it's something that even interactors can do. So the question that I have for you is, do you know of any programs that are going on right now in terms of restoring these river banks, which your Interact Club can participate in? Do you know of any?
As far I know, in Bangladesh there is no this type of event that is going on. But I don't really know about other countries. But I think so. Bangladesh is a very overpopulated country, and it has a small area. So it is really, really important to ensure everyone's safety, as we don't have much land to have another shelter house or something like they can live there. So we need to ensure the thing. So I think so that Bangladesh should have the program as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and when these riverbanks actually erode, you're losing land. So that's a great, great focus area. I'd love it if you focus on that and see what your Interact Club, your Rotary Club can do. You can get, like you were saying, international involvement. You can get people involved as well. So fantastic. I want to know if anyone has a question. Gavit has a question from you from Sri Lanka. Gavit,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Reza, like since you brought this point up about like indigenous communities, the question that I have is that how can we actually impose peace building mechanisms without actually harming these indigenous people's cultural identity when having modern peace building frameworks?
Raisa? I think we are not able to get a signal from Raisa at the moment.
Uh,
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
My connection got. Okay. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. Since you brought out this point where on like areas where there are indigenous communities, my question is like how can we implement better environmental solutions without harming their cultural identities?
See, I have brought up a very convenient solution for this, like tree plantation. It cannot harm anyone's cultural background or anything like that. It will ensure the environmental safety for them. So, if basically we are going with the program like tree plantation, we are going with this. We like most of us do this project, right? So we look forward to do it on lands, on plain lands, on to grow more plants. We focus on that. So instead of doing that, if we look up to like Bangladesh, a country like Bangladesh, it is a riverine country, if you don't know. So we have a lot of rivers. So it is really important to ensure that people have that their safety. And I think so safety comes first, and after that I can ensure their culture, right?
Absolutely. I think that's the great response. Interactor Rida also has a question before that, but I just want to ask you, Raisa, to make a note. Arup has shared an email address in the chat.
Yeah, this guy I'm talking of, Muntasir, he's from Bangladesh, and he's a part of something. Raisa is something called ESRAG, ESRAG. I'll pass on his. You just drop me an email on this, Raisa. I'll pass on his number. He is doing a lot of restoration projects, in Dhaka. And though he's doing mostly for mangroves for the coastal areas, but you can also connect with him, and that could be just the beginning. He knows the resources well. And he's an international guy. He does lots of, you can say inter-country cycling to build on the, advocacy about environment and all. So he's a great guy. So I'll pass. Just drop me a message. I will share his mobile number and you can take it forward.
Yeah, sure. Should I message directly on
Yeah.
Zoom?
No, not you. Just drop me an email. It'll be better so that it'll be a record. Drop me an email at your convenience. I'll share his number.
Sure. I'm dropping it now.
So Rida, you had one question also?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Raisa, in case, okay, so just let's take this as an example. In case during the restoration programs, if these communities are displaced, what resettlement or compensation options will you be providing to the affected communities, or will the government be providing to them?
As for now, I have thank you for your question first. The question you have implemented is that how will I ensure their but again, can you tell me, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry for being fast.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so in case during this restoration programs, right, we can't keep all the communities at one place and be doing it. It wouldn't be a safe idea also. So in case if the displacement of these communities is unavoidable and they are supposed to be displaced, what resettlement or compensation options will you or the government be providing to the affected communities?
Yeah, of course, to avoid harmfulness and harmful situations, we may need to displace them to another side. If this type of thing appears, I think so government will help both financially and both financially and physically to whatever it needs to do with the help of that the whole scenario. If I had to work with the thing, I would love to be a part of like a voluntary program, and I will help to build as much financial support, as much communication support. Like we have a strong thing called social media, right? As we can use this as a very powerful weapon, we can gather a good social appearance for them in that way.
Thank you so much.
You're
Great.
most
Thank you so much. Thank you, Raisa. That was a great presentation. We will now move on to the next presentation. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to ask now our next presenter, Varada, to take over.
Is it fine if I keep my video off because
Yeah.
my internet is kind of. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
presenting
no
a
problem. No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Varda from New Horizon Gurukul, Bangalore, and I'm privileged to be here discussing one of the major concerns in our times, environmental sustainability along with peace building. Given the interconnectedness of our planet, an environmental crisis in one region will have global consequences. As we approach discussions, let us put our energy into what feasible measures will be followed to build a sustainable, peaceful environment for future generations. Why environmental solutions matter? Droughts, floods, and pollution force people to migrate, causes conflicts, and even threaten stability. If we don't act now, the situation will only worsen. In a country like India, these problems are even critical. Um, yeah. So severe air pollution in cities such as Delhi face toxic smoke, water crisis, pollution in Ganga and Yamuna, and we face a lot of water shortages, and there's a lot of deforestation and urbanization and waste management issues. This shows why regional action is just as important as global situations. So what can we do about it? there are plenty of possible solutions that can be made for as a solution. So technological innovations such as AI-driven pollution control and like carbon capture technologies and efficient waste to energy systems can be helpful. And I want to talk about this application. It's called TreeCard. TreeCard is an app that rewards users for staying active by planting a tree every time you walk 10,000 steps. So basically, this combines health and sustainability, showing how technology can encourage eco-friendly habits while actually making a real world impact. And many afforestation and reforestation programs and youth-led environmental movements and workshops are also such solutions. So the question is not just what is happening, it's what can we do about it. Each one of us has a role to play, from reducing waste and saving energy to working together to find sustainable solution. If we take an action today, we can build a more greener, cleaner, and peaceful world for the future generations. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, Varada. I open the floor to any questions that anyone might have. You can raise your hand if you have a question. So okay, Arup has a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my question to Varda, which school you go to, Varda, and which standard do you study?
I'm in 9th grade in New Horizon Gurukul, Bangalore.
Wonderful. Tell me, what are those one or two things? Forget about this environment, conflict, and all. I'm talking very basics. What are those 2-3 things you do or you plan to do in your school to reduce carbon footprint? Carbon footprint means to reduce wastage. Let's put it that way, or to reduce the
Yeah.
electricity bill. Reduce the electricity bill of your school.
So basically, our school, we have the concept of hydroponics.
Mhm.
So basically, what we do there is like we have this whole green a whole glass built structure this thing in our school. It involves growing plants like medicinal plants without soil. We use water-based mineral nutrients, and it's like it's an artificial solution to problems such as carbon footprint and yeah.
Just to add a little bit, I mean, suppose, let's say in your school, there must be an overhead tank. Okay, there must be an overhead tank definitely for your water. So there must be a meter also where you pay the electricity bill. Suppose the monthly bill of your school is 50,000 rupees, assuming, and you are asked the small thing, how do you ensure as a student leader that you would cut down 2,000 rupees the next month's bill and convince your principal to give it back to you as a service project? What would you do to reduce your electricity bills in your school by 2,000 rupees in a month? Or so let's say it's 4%.
Maybe like clean water, we can use clean water like to avoid a wastage of water, or like avoid using of plastic bags. And like the whole concept that is used in our school is like to use water and not electricity or any other kind of non-sustainable resources, so that we can actually work for a better future.
Do you have ACs in your classes?
ACs?
The
No.
You don't use it. So I'm giving you a hint. How do you reduce the electricity bill in your school? What
So
can
we
you
do not such kind of ACs or anything like that. It's more of so like the I'm not actually sure.
Okay, just to help you, I mean, this is for all of us. This could be one of the projects. There are special kind of taps, where less water flows, but it gives a bigger impact. So what happens if you use less water will have to be pumped up. When you pump less water, the electricity bill is going to be less. That's how you can reduce the energy cost. Less energy cost, less carbon footprint, less problem in the world. That's how you start to build it. Secondly, we all bring tiffins in our school, and many of us waste our tiffin. We don't want to take the tiffin back because mama will scold us. So we put it back into the dustbin. How can you save there? Because saving on food is also saving on I mean, that's a wastage that causes carbon footprint. So what are the thoughts that are in your mind that you'll try to do it as a project?
So when food is wasted, we wasting resources like land, water, energy, and we can put that into we can store, process, and we can like recycle the waste, like food waste, like by like we store the food and we can like we can like sustain them, and I use them as manures or fertilizers, like natural fertilizers for the plants.
Okay, good. Chalo, theek hai. I mean, at least it has triggered a thought.
I think that was a great question, Arup. I think that's something that a lot of our interactors can just think.
I
like
will just add to it. अगर आप 4 रोटी खाते हो और अगर 3 खाओगे तो आप मर नहीं जाओगे, बट 4 की जगह में 5 खाओगे तो तबीयत खराब हो सकती है. That is called minimalistic living. अगर 4 की जगह 3 रोटी खाओगे तो हम मर नहीं जाएंगे, बट 4 की जगह 5 खाएंगे तो तबीयत खराब हो सकती है. So how can we? That also is. Let's reduce. That's also a part of the environmental concern.
Absolutely. Great. So congratulations, Varda. Great presentation. We'll move on to our next participant, Iman Fatima. Iman, are you here? Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready. Just a minute. Let me share my presentation.
Sure. While she's doing that, she's presenting on building peace in Pakistan through environmental solutions.
Can you all see my screen?
You can see her screen.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So firstly, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Iman Fatma and I'm a member of Interact Club Rahim Mir Khan from Pakistan. And today I have given an opportunity to talk on building peace through environmental solutions. So I will be starting. And firstly, we will be discussing the issues which are faced in Pakistan in order to build peace and environmental peace. So these issues includes a lot of issues. As you can see, I have mentioned water conflicts, deforestation, climate change, pollution, overpopulation, urban pollution, and loss of biodiversity. But moving forward, one of the major issue which is faced is deforestation in Pakistan. Deforestation in Pakistan gives rise to many challenges in Pakistan. Basically, it is deforestation. We all know that it is removal of trees. And when the trees are removed, they give rise to many other issues. And the most commonly issues which are faced are climate change. As I have also next slide mentioned, climate change, the major reasons which are very obvious, these are deforestation, the climate change, the major issue is deforestation. And you can also see the ratio that from 2001 to 2020, we can see that the deforestation, this ratio, even though after 2020, the ratio of deforestation has been increased, and the Pakistan is facing a lot of challenges due to it. And deforestation basically give rise to different floods and climate change and droughts and these kinds of things. So Pakistan is also has launched some projects in order to overcome this problem. Green and Clean Pakistan is an initiative which is launched by Pakistan's Prime Minister in order to overcome the deforestation, and the plantation process is also being focused up. Moving forward, another issue which has to be discussed is climate change. Pakistan is facing certain climate changes from very past few years that is leading to global warmings. Pakistan is an area where mostly the season is summer, and the winters come from very short span, but we can see that whenever the summer comes, the temperature is rising every year. We can see that it's 50-degree plus temperature now. So it is a very alarming situation on which the government has to focus up. And we should need to take some steps to reduce to maintain the climate in order to maintain the environmental peace. You can also see the ratio. Basically, deforestation gives rise to climate change. The major issue which gives rise to climate change is deforestation, and it is also conversion of fossil fuels and industrialization. The industries leads to climate change in Pakistan. And even though the government of Pakistan has also launched and make an ambition to reduce 15% GS with the country's own resources and 35% with support of international grants by 2030. Now I will be moving towards the next. Yeah, another thing, basically deforestation and climate change give rise to another important issue in Pakistan, which is biodiversity, the loss of biodiversity. Pakistan is facing the issue of loss of biodiversity due to these two issues, climate change and deforestation. Biodiversity basically leads towards the extinction of species, and whenever the trees are, for example, the trees are cut down, now the birds, the people, the birds and the animals who are living over there, which is habitat of those people, they have to leave that place. Not people, animals. The animals have to move from that, migrate from that place to another place, due to which they lost their lives, and the sudden flood changes. All these leads towards the loss of biodiversity in Pakistan. Now we'll be moving towards the solutions. If we talk about the solutions, we come up with many ideas that how can we ourselves take steps in order to reduce and in order to maintain the environmental peace. Firstly, the major issue which has to be solved is deforestation, which give rise to the problem climate change and biodiversity. Deforestation can be reduced by the education and awareness. The most and the important thing which has to be focused up is educating the people and awareing them that it is very important, and letting them know that what are the consequences of deforestation in future and how they can affect the future of Pakistan. So education is very important thing. Educating the youth of Pakistan is very important. Secondly, we should focus upon plantation. We should as a self person, as a self individual, what we can do is we should go and plant and focus upon plantation, and motivate others to also move for the plantation, and other steps which can be taken in order to reforestation is very important. And just a minute. Yeah, we should become support the Forest Stewardship Council certification program, and we should sustainable farming should be promoted in order to solve the problem of deforestation. If we go to the climate change, less combustion of fossil fuels should be focused up in order to maintain the climate. And if we talk about biodiversity, the deforestation should be strictly prohibited. Hunting should be prohibited in order to conserve the biodiversity. Even though Pakistan's government is also focusing up on different kind of projects are being launched in order to conserve the biodiversity. For example, conservation of Indus River dolphin, preserving Pakistan's national park, conservation of Himalayan musk deer, conservation of education and awareness is also being spread over the people. And then I would like to really introduce that as being a member of Rotary Interact Club, we also did an effort in order to promote the plantation, and in order to spread the awareness taken and let the youth people know that how much it is important to plant the trees. We ourselves took this opportunity and plant the trees in our area. As you can see all on the screen, I'm presenting the pictures. We also donate the plants to the area where they were needed. And the conclusion of topic is that we need to save the environment. If we save the environment, we will save the future. We will save the future generations. We need to be one and focus upon the challenges and come up with the possible solutions in order to maintain environmental peace.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Iman. Fatima, I can see you put a lot of work into your presentation. With Rida Interactor, Rida has a question for you, so I will allow her to ask the question.
Yeah, so Iman, I just have a small question. As you know, this climate change is hurting Pakistan a lot. So, what are some of the environmental projects that, like, yeah, you told me about this and green plantations and everything. Except that, what are the other environmental projects that you can or your organization can implement to like settle these disputes or over the over water and land, especially when people move out due to climate change. So, what are some of the efforts you can do to stop these fights over water and land? And
I think so that the possible solution, the first major solution is plantation of trees. Again, I have mentioned before that it is very important to plant the trees in order to reduce the climate changes. And then the combustion of fuels should be also reduced. And one of the major important thing that from the industries, we should focus upon industrialization. We should use some methods and techniques that reduce the harmful effects of that chemicals which are being released from the industries. Basically, our environment is being polluted, and like for example, as we know, the carbon monoxide is one of the harmful gas. Carbon dioxide is the gas which absorbs most of the heat. So these all are being released from the industries. What we can do is that we should use such kind of chemicals, we should use such kind of techniques in order to reduce the harmful effect of those chemicals, and we should have a proper system that these chemicals to be released into the environment by reducing their harmful effect.
okay, I get you, but then this is unavoidable. As you know, like people keep migrating. There isn't like in this scenario, in this era, there isn't a place where just people settle permanently. There are many issues that lead to displacement of people and for example, from a developing country to a developed country, there are many people traveling, migrating, even some officially and some unofficially. But however, that leads to an increase in the urbanization in that area. So that area gets like, what to say, lack of resources, then that leads to disruption of the water table. And as you said, methane, CFCs, carbon dioxide. I guess it's unavoidable for an area with high population to use green technologies, especially in countries where there's no economic stability. So do you have any ideas for that?
I think so that the government of Pakistan is working on it, and the people who are migrating from one area to another area are being provided with the facilities, and the more use of renewable energy sources is also being promoted in Pakistan in order to overcome the lack of resources. So these all things or projects are being initiated, and Pakistan is very ambitious, and it has very aims to focus upon all these issues which are leading to the climate change.
Great. Yeah, so fantastic presentation, Iman. I think you brought a lot of important points up. So if everyone does not mind, I will continue on to the next speaker because we are running a little time. Yes, yeah. Arun, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a
Tell me.
small question to her to make it a little lighter.
Okay.
Iman, your country and United Arab Emirates is hosting the next Champions Trophy, right? Cricket Champions Trophy. And cricket is a religion in your country, a big religion. And so suppose you're appointed as the ambassador from Pakistan, from Rotary there's a disturbance. Suppose you're appointed as an ambassador on behalf of Rotary to be in the Champions Trophy. What is the message would you give to those 7 or 8 playing countries about environment and conflict? You are appointed as an ambassador for this 10-15 days the tournament is on. What would your message be like?
My message to them would be to promote the education, to focus upon education, because education is a very important thing. When the youth of the country is going to be educated, when the people of the country are going to be educated and aware about the consequences, and that what is going to happen in future if they don't focus right now, and if they don't be determined to their goals right now. So I would promote that education is very important thing, and the people of the country should be educated. And yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So we'll move on now to our next participant, Parth. I know, Sri Krishna, you have a question, but in the interest of time, I will have to take that a little later, right? So I'd like to welcome Parth onto the virtual stage. Parth, are you there?
Hi, Parth.
Parth is online, but cannot hear him.
So let's move to the next one. We'll come back to him.
Okay, yeah, sure. So Rida, if you are ready, you can go first.
Yes, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone present here, and thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity to have a place in this virtual stage and to present my ideas for peace building. So, yeah, I'll just please give me a minute.
No problem.
Yeah, so I just had a heading of planting seeds of peace, how the environment can help us build a better world. So I'm Rida from St. Mary's Public School, and I'm the International Service Director of District 3192 Bangalore. So, and as an introduction, I would like to welcome all of you all present here. So today we stand at crossroads. As you all know, our world faces unprecedented challenges, escalating conflicts, and much more. Yes, sir?
Sorry, I will mute them 1 second.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
So this environmental peace building isn't just theory, it's a practical approach that recognizes the deep connections between environmental sustainability, conflict prevention, and peace building. It's about transforming potential conflict into opportunities for cooperation and peace building. Today, I present some of the solutions that can harness the power of technology and practical action to make a path towards lasting peace. So, one of my solutions is AI-powered resource management. So the concept of this is to develop an AI-driven platform. As we know, our world is really escalating into a bigger path of AI. So the concept is to develop an AI-driven platform that monitors and manages natural resources such as water, land, and forests in conflict-prone areas. So this platform uses satellite imagery, sensor data, and machine learning algorithms to provide real-time insights into resource availability, usage patterns, and potential risk of scarcity or overuse. So the technology is basically used in this is remote sensing, IoT sensors, and machine learning. But as we all know, every solution comes with a challenge. So the challenge over here is to require significant investment in data infrastructure and algorithm development. So it requires a lot of financial investment in this. And even the data privacy and security is also critical. But one of its helpfulness is that it can provide accurate and transparent information. I'm sorry, sir, for this. It can provide accurate and transparent information that can enable the government to make decisions of allocating places to allocate places for people, so there's no lot of displacement of people in other areas, so that it doesn't lead to overpopulation, urbanization, and thus we can even save a lot of resources. So this is one of my ideas. And the second one is renewable energy microgrids, one of the same as the before. So next we come to mobile water purification units. So the concept of this is to basic mobile stations to implement basic mobile purification units to provide safe drinking water, especially in areas that, we know many areas in India itself that face water scarcity, and if in case they are provided water, it is unclean. So that can lead to many diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and whatnot. So we have to implement such water purification units to provide safe water drinking in conflict zones, especially, or areas affected by environmental disasters like earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. So these units would use advanced filtration and disinfection technologies to treat contaminated water sources, ensuring access to clean water for vulnerable populations. So the technology used in this is advanced filtration, UV disinfection,
Rida,
Yeah,
you're frozen.
it'll take a moment. I think her signal went. Rida, I think her system.
Deploying and maintaining these units in remote. Excuse me, am I audible?
Yes, now you are.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So my third solution, as I was explaining, was the mobile water purification units. So the challenge in this is the logistical cost, and in the search of professional people who can train people of how to use these technologies. So its helpfulness is it gives us basically the access to clean drinking water, which has multiple benefits. So it supports us from different kinds of diseases, and it gives us a stability over our overall health and communities. Next one is the environmental education programs, the basic grassroots level programs which every individual can do, is to educate people about the importance of environment and is to tell that it's we who are dependent on the environment and not the environment on us. So implementing environmental education programs in schools and communities to raise awareness of the importance of environmental conservation and etc. The technology is basically an online learning platforms as we are doing right now, and then educational apps and interactive stimulations. Next, the challenges requiring this is, as we all know, we don't have a proper curriculum in the online field till now. We are just still developing over it. So it requires a curriculum development and proper teacher training, as I told before. Community engagement. It's not just enough if an individual takes a step. It requires a whole community to support that individual to fulfill that step. And then it also requires to ensure the programs are culturally relevant and accessible to all. Next, its helpfulness is that it fosters a deeper understanding in ourselves that how important it is to save our environment. So the fifth one is anti-extractivism for climate resilient peace. So basically the solution is that this approach negates extractivism or the large-scale extraction of materials such as coal, diamond, or also called as black money or black gold. So it's used. So this also leads to conflict transformation framework to address environmental issues and remedy the root cause of conflict. And then the challenge over here, it requires overcoming structural constraints and operation, and also response to the different needs. Like different communities have different needs. So we can't tell that what step we take will also be fair to others. So the helpfulness over here is it broadens the discussions on building climate resilient peace that benefits both humans and the environment. So yeah, these were just some of the examples. Like they're not mostly practical, but then also good to think of. It's like peace parks instead of borders. What if instead of military fences, we had natural reserves? Some countries have already converted the war zones into protected forests and wildlife parks. For example, the Korea DMZ Peace Park works. Instead of conflict, so the Korea DMZ Peace Park is the best example we could give for this. So instead of conflict, both countries share ecotourism and conservation benefits. That's the North and the South Korea have both now in a good relationship, like a good mature understanding between the ecotourism, which is really good for the economic as well. The second one is bees as peacekeepers. Can bees help reduce conflict? Yes. Israeli and Palestinian farmers work together on beekeeping projects despite political tensions. Bees not only boost biodiversity, but they also create economic stability, encouraging cooperation. And why it works? Because it promotes a shared economic growth and helps to build trust between these divided continents. The next one, mushroom farming in war zones. What can people farm when land is unsafe? After wars, land is often dangerous due to landmines and soil damage. So the solution to this is that mushrooms can be grown indoors, even in small spaces, as you all know, providing food and income. For example, in Liberia, war refugees started mushroom farms, helping them rebuild safely. The next one is quite practical enough, which has already been implemented. That's the floating gardens for climate refugees. Or if you could farm on water, that's the best idea ever anyone could even think. So in flood-prone areas like Bangladesh, people lose land leading to disputes over farmland. So the basic solution for this is the floating farms made of bamboo and water plants to allow crops to grow on water. And why would it work? Because this prevents conflict over land and ensures food security. So yeah, these were some of the ideas which not only focuses on one or two countries, but also focuses on most of our countries, like environmental problems. And I hope these ideas would sure influence teenagers to bring up more ideas like this, and they can bring about a great change in this world. Thank you.
Lovely. Great. Thank you so much, Rida. I will ask if anyone has a quick question, because we are running a little behind on time, but the floor is open. Anyone have a question? Gavit has a question. Gavit, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. So Rida, my question for you is like in terms of international environment interventions in like post-conflict and conflict-driven countries, what are the sustainable ways to ensure this peace building without undermining their sovereignty?
I didn't get the last part of the question. If you don't mind, could you repeat that?
When we are using international environmental interventions, what are some better ways to ensure that peace building mechanism without undermining those countries' sovereignty?
That basically should go with compensation. See, if two countries are okay with each other. So, as we all know, the war is futile. No war is going to give you any benefits. So, if two countries are okay, for example, I gave you the DMZ Park example. It's North Korea and South Korea. Do you think they are good friends? No. But then, in the context of the people, all the government should think in context of the people. If they go like that, we can have a better place to live for the people living there. So basically, compensations to go on, ecotourism, as I told you, and even the Israel and Palestinian. We know how good enemies they are, but they still share an economy with the beef plantations. So through such ideas, we can surely build without depressing sovereignty, as you are told. We can surely build a place where everyone lives peacefully.
Sure. I think that addressed the question. I hope it did, certainly. So I'm restricting it to one question per person right now, because paucity of time. So we will move on. Thank you so much, Rida. You gave us a lot of interesting ideas. I think often I feel that when we talk about AI, we talk about very limited things. This is honestly the first time I've heard somebody say, why don't we look at how we can look at resource as allocation through AI. Very inspiring. So keep at it. I hope you explore that as well. Right?
Sure, sir.
So we'll move on to our next participant,
Thank you.
Junaid Ahmed from, thank you so much. Junaid from Bangladesh. You are here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, here is my presentation. So we are right now working on environmental solution on peace. Let me discuss what is peace. So you can see peace is a state of tranquility and freedom from conflict and disturbance. Peace comes from many factors: good physical condition, living in a peaceful and supportive family and society, having good friends, good socio-economical status, and living in a healthy geographical environment. All of these things can relate with our environment. Let's see how. And if I share and more images, then if you will see. The link between environment and conflict is the issue that is worrying the world the most at this moment is global warming and climate change. Global warming and climate change are directly creating negative impact on our natural resources and ecosystem, causing concerns in public life and socio-economical sectors. And as well as climate disasters have caused trillions of dollars in damage over the past few decades. Developing nations suffer the most with limited resources of rebuilt after disasters. And so, this how they get suffering during climate action and climate change and other natural disaster. And what can we do to prevent this kind of disasters? What can be environmental solutions for peace developing, like preventing the wastage of natural resources, use the renewable energies. Like we have 3R: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Talking about plastic, and there's a bold thing, creating green spaces. I'm going to talk about this, and other is preventing environmental pollution. And right now, I would like to share that how to create green space. There is reforestation. Deforestation must be stopped, and more reforestation must be done. It is important for a country to have 25% of its total land area covered by forest. And talking about tree plantation, it can be done both in large and small scale. Nowadays, roof gardening can be a great initiative. And after that, I would like to explain why is green space important for environmental solution. As we have already discussed how global warming and climate change is creating environmental imbalance and causing conflict in the globe. Let's see how we can prevent it by creating more and more green space and build peace. By planting more and more trees, the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can be maintained, which is helpful in curing global warming. And if we are able to cure global warming, we can stop climate change, which will end to a peaceful green globe. And if we explain how dangerous is global warming, people must know how dangerous is global warming. Actually, our country people are not that much educated. We're Gen Z. We are now educated, but our parents or our grandparents, and they are not that much educated. They don't know what is actually global warming. So it is important to carry this knowledge. Everyone have to carry this knowledge. What is global warming? So how dangerous global warming? I will just explain in few words. The perfect amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is 350 ppm parts per million, but now it is 450 ppm. So it's an alarming factor. When the density of carbon dioxide increases, it gradually rises into the upper atmosphere and eventually damages the ozone layer. So we have to carry this knowledge to everyone. It creates a gas envelope and blocks sunlight from escaping. As a result, the average temperature of the globe is rising day by day, which is simply known as global warming, as the gas envelope can damage the ozone layer, which will help the ultraviolet light of the sun enter the atmosphere. And if it happens, biodiversity will be threatened. Also, the continuous growing of heat is melting ice of the poles and increasing the seawater level, which will make many countries and many land go under the sea. And the solution, if we talk about the solution, tree plantation is the best solution for decreasing global warming, as we are talking about the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. So how plants cure global warming? Global warming is mainly caused by greenhouse gas, and carbon dioxide is a main greenhouse gas. Plants absorb carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis and gives off oxygen. As the result, balancing of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere remains stable. Adding more plants help many animals by providing them food and shelter. So it's also important for a healthy ecosystem. And after that, I will add plant and peace, my last words. There we have already discussed how plants help prevent global warming. By planting more and more plants, we can get a healthy, peaceful atmosphere where Mother Nature will cause no harm to us. Actually, we are cutting trees indiscriminately, and the animals, the birds, the squirrels living in the trees, we are actually cutting off their shelters. We are cutting off their trees. So we are messing with our mother nature. As a result, mother nature is messing with us, and we get many kinds of natural calamities. So we need to stop this. Healthy atmosphere helps us keep fit both physically and mentally. And we all know a good health is the key to peace and harmony. So this is all. I just want to say that these are some basic key knowledge to global warming, climate action, climate change, and the most important thing is to carry this knowledge to each and every person of our country. When they will know what is global warming, what is climate action, they will certainly start planting more and more trees, and I guess we'll have a good impact in our globe. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Junaid. I really love the idea of how, especially if you have that knowledge, you sharing that knowledge with everyone, even with elders as well, is going to make a fantastic impact. Kusuma KM has a question for you. Kusuma, why don't you go ahead?
Good afternoon to everyone. Well, I have a question to Junaid. That he said about the global warming. So, as we know that in every house we have a refrigerators. So, how which gas is released through that?
Yeah. Is that?
As far as I know, safe gas, if I'm not wrong.
I think that is chlorofluorocarbons, which affects the ozone layer.
Yeah,
So,
these are greenhouse gas called chlorofluorocarbons, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and etc.
yeah. So, how would you like to decrease that? How would you like to protect the ozone layer? As you know, the ozone layer is depleting slowly.
Okay, so ozone layer is not a new thing. It is ozone layer is present in our Earth from the very beginning of the Earth. So why it is getting harmful today? That the reason is in our atmosphere there are some basic gas, the carbon dioxide, nitrogen, carbon monoxide, everything. There is a balance. There is a ratio of each gas. Like I've said about carbon dioxide, that 350 ppm. Talking about oxygen, the oxygen percentage must be 24% in the atmosphere. So when we are cutting trees, when we are making pollutions, the level of carbon dioxide gas is increasing. And as the trees are being cut, trees provide oxygen by photosynthesis. So as trees are cutting off, carbon dioxide level is getting decreased. So when the greenhouse gas level is getting increased, the density of greenhouse gases are getting increased in our atmosphere. They are now simply going in the upper atmosphere, like we live in the troposphere, and then another layer and another layer up, they go to the ozone layer and they harm the ozone layer. So if we can balance the ratio of carbon dioxide, oxygen, and other greenhouse gases, I think we can prevent the ozone layer reduction.
Okay,
Lovely.
thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Kusuma, for interesting question. Of course, that's a very good, well thought of solution. Junaid, I think you give a very good presentation. Very happy that you put in so much effort and thought into it. So congratulations on that. We will move on. I think Gavit, also from Sri Lanka, does have a question for you. Gavit, I request you to share that with him directly, probably on DM, and you guys can have a conversation. That would be great. So I will move on to one of our youngest participants of the day, Kian Sharma. Kian, are you there?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Sure, go ahead.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to keep my camera off.
Okay, problem.
Good morning, one and all present here. I am interactor Kian Sharma from India. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Rotary Club for this incredible opportunity to engage in this meaningful initiative. A special thanks to Arup sir and Amit sir for their valuable guidance and support. Now I'll start my presentation. Environmental solutions for peace building. Sustainability drives global stability. Now, my question is, what is environmental peace building? Environmental peace building means combining environmental protection with conflict resolution to promote long term peace. It addresses root causes of violence such as poverty, inequality, and environmental stress. Now, why does environmental solutions matter? Sustainability is the foundation for resolving underlying causes of conflict such as resource scarcity and climate change. Some of the key environment issues that fuel conflict are as follows: resource scarcity, water, land, food scarcity leads to competition, disputes, and conflict. Climate change and displacement. Rising sea levels and extreme weather events displaces populations, exacerbating existing tensions. Environmental degradation. Deforestation, desertification leads to livelihood loss, increasing tensions over resource access. Some of the environmental concerns for Gujarat are as follows: resource scarcity. Gujarat is located on the western coast of India and is one of the most industrialized states in India. Some of the challenges are climate change and displacement. Air pollution due to major industrial clusters like Ankleshwar, Vapi, and Surat. Vehicular pollution due to urban centers like Ahmedabad, Vadodara, and Surat. Water pollution affecting the Sabarmati River due to the industrial discharge of untreated water. Solid waste management issues in our cities where hills of dumped solid waste bays been created. Groundwater depletion due to poor rain water harvesting. Some of the environmental solutions to prevent conflicts are as follows: sustainable resource management, collaborative management of shared resources to prevent conflict, such as rivers and forests, renewable energy cooperation, cross-border energy projects reduce geopolitical tensions, such as of solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Ecotourism for stability. Ecotourism fosters economic stability, promotes cultural exchanges, and prevents conflict. I have found one app which is known as Cool the Globe app, which tracks the carbon emissions and gives suggestions to reduce carbon emissions.
Ian, 1 second. Your presentation has not moved actually.
Is it moving now, sir?
Which slide are you on?
Environmental diplomacy and international collaboration.
Can somebody confirm if they are able to see that? Because I only see his first slide actually.
Yes,
So do I.
see the
So do
first
I.
slide.
Okay, Kian, you
Yashwant,
probably
you may change your click or on the slide that you are representing.
yes.
Yes,
Now
now
it is.
good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Community-led conservation for peace building. Community-driven environmental projects such as reforestation and wildlife protection reduce conflict by fostering local responsibility. I'd like to give few examples through a case study. Rwanda's conservation efforts. Community-based wildlife conservation reduces poaching, enhances peace, and builds livelihoods. Is it visible?
Yes.
The Great Green Wall, a Pan-African initiative. Restoring the Sahel. The Great Green Wall is a large-scale reforestation project aimed at combating desertification and promoting peace. It stretches from Senegal from the west to Somalia in the east. It creates jobs, improves livelihoods, and stabilizes the environment to prevent conflict. Cross-border cooperation. Over 20 countries are involved in this regional effort, demonstrating how environmental cooperation can reduce tensions. Environmental diplomacy and international collaboration. Environmental diplomacy for peace. Shared environmental goals foster trust between nations, facilitating peaceful resolutions. For example, the Paris Climate Agreement demonstrates international collaboration on climate change. Transboundary cooperation. Treaties on shared resources like that of water bodies and forests promote long-term peace between nations. Overcoming challenges to environmental peace building. Political and economic barriers. Lack of political will and resources for long-term environmental projects. Resistance to change. Local resistance to environmental cooperation due to historical or political issues. Climate change as a multiplier. Climate change further complicates existing conflicts, requiring more complex solutions. Call to action and conclusion. What can we do as citizens? As individuals, we can advocate for sustainable policies, reduce carbon footprints, and support conservation efforts. As communities, we can engage in local environmental projects, promote peace through sustainable practices. I would like to sum up all of these in my presentation and give my final thought that environmental sustainability is the key to a peaceful and prosperous future.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kian. That was a wonderful presentation. I can see a lot of happy faces also in the audience. So I'll just quickly, if we can have one small question or observation, anyone? Yeah, Mr. Bhaskaran, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
We cannot hear you actually, Mr. Bhaskaran. No.
Not audible.
Sorry, that's like you're having some technical issue.
Go ahead. We'll take it later.
Okay. Somebody, Rampriya, go ahead. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for organizing this to the team. I just wanted to make a comment to the students of today, environment, peace building, and your studies has to sort of merge. It's not only knowing how you need to study sustainable living. You need to live that sustainable living. So this generation, fortunately, has the ability to choose what to do. So make the right choices and read more about sustainability, peace building, and environment, and bring all of them together. So I think it is a generational responsibility. I just wanted to make that comment.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much, Ramapriya. So, Mr. Bhaskaran, I'll give you one more chance if we're able to hear you. Looks no, it looks like it's not working. All right. So, thank you so much, Kian. Wonderful presentation. We love the enthusiasm, Kian.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So we'll move on to our next participant, Aswin Lalani from Pakistan. Aswin,
Yes.
go ahead.
So I'll be talking about water sustainability, and especially how here in Pakistan, we're maintaining water sustainability and how it's advocating for world peace and peace overall. So have you ever thought about how water connects to peace? We always hear about conflicts over land, politics, or resources, but one of the biggest causes of tension in the world is water scarcity. Especially in countries like Pakistan, when water runs out, people start competing for it. And when competition increases, so does conflict. That's why I believe water sustainability is not just an environmental solution, it's a peace building strategy. Pakistan heavily depends on the Indus River, but with climate change, pollution, and growing population, water is running low. Think about it. Water is essential for farming, drinking, and industry. But what happens when there isn't enough? Farmers start struggling, communities face shortages, and even provinces begin fighting over water distribution. Worst part, tensions over water can even escalate to violence. Now here's good news. Sustainable water management can help prevent these conflicts. When people know they have access to a fair share of water, they don't need to fight for it. Instead, they can focus on development, stability, and peace. A great example for this is the Indus Waters Treaty between Pakistan and India. Even though these two countries have had political tensions for decades, this treaty signed in 1960 has helped them share the Indus River peacefully. In fact, despite wars and border disputes, this treaty has mostly remained intact, proving that cooperating over natural resources can help prevent bigger conflicts. But here's the thing, we can't just rely on international agreements. Pakistan also needs local solutions to ensure fair and stable water use. In many parts of Pakistan, especially Balochistan and Sindh, people face severe droughts. But instead of waiting for a miracle, some communities have taken action. They started using rainwater harvesting systems, where they collect and store rainwater for dry seasons. This simple solution has helped villages survive without constant water supply. Farmers are also switching to drip irrigations, a technique that reduces water wastage. Instead of flooding fields with unnecessary amounts of water, they use controlled irrigation to get the right amount of water. This not only conserves water, but also helps farmers grow more crops with less conflict over resources. Water sustainability isn't just about saving the environment, it's also about saving relationships between people, communities, and even countries. If we manage water properly, it reduces stress and prevents disputes and creates a more peaceful future. So the next time you waste water, remember that it's not just a resource, but a key to peace. And along with that, I also wanted to add that in Nixer College, we have many entities such as Replenish and Nixer Hospital. I'm currently part of Nixer Hospital. And in Nixer Hospital, we provide free medical care. We provide free medical care to low-income families. And recently, we went to Thar Desert, Diplo Thar. It's a village in Thar. And over there, we conducted a medical camp and Replenish, another entity that's whose mandate is to go green. They installed 2 water pumps over there that helps around 2,500 people and provides a constant water supply for them. So these small efforts that we make towards the community, these will help provide a sustainable and constant supply of water, and also maintain peaceful relationships amongst them as well. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aswin. One thing that I can say, and this is something that I really appreciate, is that it seems to me that we've had now 3 participants also from Iman as well, spoke about water conservation and the dire need for it. And it's very encouraging to see the youth also banding together and knowing that this is so important, for our country, for our people as well. So I think that was very good to see that everyone is focused on solving that problem. So I'm sure with all the youth passionate about it, these solutions will come into place. And I'm so glad that you're also working on real solutions, and you've done some projects which relate to that. So congratulations on that. I will move on to our next participant because we are quite late, and I'm sure some people will be hungry. So we will move on without taking any questions at the moment. We'll try to come back if we can. So I now welcome Gursiddhar Kaur as well to give your presentation.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Go ahead.
Am I clearly audible to everyone?
Yes.
So greetings everyone. I am Gursiddhar Kaur Boparai from Springdale Senior School, Amritsar, Punjab, India. And I'm thankful to the organizers for having me here and giving me the opportunity to speak. So now I'll be talking about the nature, and I believe that nature is a tool for global peacemaking. So that is the perspective I'm trying to show here. I'd like to start with a quote. If wars of the 20th century were fought over oil, wars of the 21st will be fought over water. But water is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Environmental collapse is not just an ecological issue anymore. It is a security threat. When rivers dry up, borders blur. When forests vanish, so do livelihoods. When coastlines shrink, entire populations are forced to move. Climate change is not just about rising temperatures, but it's about rising conflicts too. And we are already living it. Monsoons, they're turning unpredictable. They're throwing entire food supply chains into utter chaos. Glaciers are melting. They're shifting the course of international rivers. Rising seas are swallowing our coastal villages. They're forcing mass migration into regions that are already struggling to sustain. And here's the reality. 60% of conflicts today are linked to environmental stress. These crises don't stop at border checkpoints. Scarcity divides us, but shared vulnerability, that creates shared responsibility. Now, for too long, we've seen climate change and resource depletion as problems to fix. But what if we saw them as opportunities? Because security today is not just about armies and borders, it's about ensuring people have what they need. They need clean water, fertile land, and a stable environment. And if we don't rethink security, nature will force us to. Now, countries negotiate over land and trade. Then why not over ecosystems? If nations co-manage forests, rivers, and fisheries, they build interdependence. They create bonds that make conflict not just undesirable, but impossible. Now, air does not recognize borders, but policies do. Instead of blaming each other for pollution, why not fix it together? The EU tracks air quality across countries. Why can't India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh do the same? One system, one plan, one shared responsibility. Now, take my home state, Punjab, as an example. We are infamous for sending our pollution to Delhi and even Pakistan. Now, every year, farmers burn crops and thick smog covers entire cities. But let's be real, farmers, they're not the real enemy. They burn stubble because they have no better option. So instead of pointing fingers, why not invest in real solutions? Better machinery, financial support and incentives, and a regional air quality plan that stops pollution before it spreads. Because air does not stop at borders, and if we don't fix it together, we'll all be left choking. Now, we build fences and draw lines to keep people apart, but what if we built forests to bring them together? High conflict borders could become shared ecological zones, dense forests, wetlands, and protected ecosystems. Costa Rica and Panama did this. They transformed their border into a jointly protected rainforest. In the Himalayas, a similar model could turn contested land into a conservation belt, and that will reduce tension while preserving our fragile ecosystems. Another thing I'd like to focus on is the financial aspect of this and the incentives. So, debt forces countries to choose between economic survival and environmental protection. But, just a second. But debt forces countries to choose between economic survival and environmental protection. But what if we use debt itself as a tool for climate action? Now, creditors such as international banks and wealthier developed nations could cancel portions of national debt in exchange for commitments to large-scale reforestation or clean energy projects. Now, Bolivia secured such a deal. It protected millions of acres of rainforest in return for debt relief. A similar initiative in South Asia could help climate-stricken nations. Wars destroy forests, pollute rivers, and poison farmland. Yet, no one is held accountable. That needs to change. We need to have binding international laws. The International Criminal Court is already considering ecocide as a crime. They're holding leaders responsible for large-scale environment destruction. Now, if South Asian nations ratify this, nature will no longer be collateral damage in war or conflict. It will be protected by law. We must make our environment legally unattackable by big corporations and other stakeholders, and they must be held accountable. For too long, we've treated environmental issues as secondary to political ones, but the truth is they are one and same. A dying river can turn neighbors into enemies, but restoring that river, that can turn them into partners. A vanishing forest can create instability, but protecting it, that can create trust. A shifting coastline can displace millions, but managing it together, that can turn displacement into integration, not division. Now, this isn't just an environmental issue. It's the issue that defines peace itself. Because security is not just about borders, it's about stability, it's about survival. And when nature thrives, so does peace. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Gursidak. I think, we really need leaders who have thought processes like yours. So I hope that you take it forward, hopefully replace some of the leaders who are currently, in the UN not doing much, so
I'd like
very
to
nice.
mention something here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this was not through Interact, but I got selected for Model Conference of Parties, and it is a simulation of the COP, Conference of
Okay.
Parties, and in India, it's conducted by Worldwide Fund for Nature.
Okay.
So I was the environmental spokesperson for Punjab, and we all came together and we collaborated on the objectives that were given to us. Now, our prompt was basically around soil. And we did a lot of research and we did surveying, we interviewed farmers, and we realized that the soil of Punjab, so you must know that Punjab was known as the food basket of the country, but like over the decades, we don't even contribute 10% of the grain that is consumed in the country. Now, why is that? Because I think Punjab is very heavily reliant on water intensive crops and crops that degrade the soil fertility, for example, paddy. And we've also realized that the soil of Punjab is stuck in a very vicious cycle because now our soil is so incapable of producing agricultural produce. We need to ingest chemical fertilizers to gain that. So I think that is something we are working on. We are trying to promote awareness in our inter clubs of District 3070, and yeah, that is something we're very committed to.
Very cool. Very nice to hear so much action being taken. Arup, you have a point to make?
No, I just want to thank her. As always, she is one fab speaker. I wish someday you become, the beacon for change. I mean, as you grow up, I mean, instead of taking up a corporate job, get into a leadership of our country to bring in some change. That's what is required. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now our final speaker for the day. So if Kaushiki is here, can you?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So before I start, I wasn't able to put my interact background. So should I have my video off or
That's
it's
okay.
fine?
No, you can keep
Go
it
ahead,
on.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, okay. Sure. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon to everyone. Especially thanks for the organizers of today's event for having me here to speak about this very important and meaningful topic. Well, today I stand before you just to not speak, but actually call for a deep and urgent reflection, a reflection on our world, on our future, and on how we can build true peace. Peace is the right to clean air, safe water, fertile land, and healthy ecosystems. Peace is the restoration of dignity to those displaced by environment destruction. And yet, our actions have created a world where peace and security are continuously threatened by environment degradation. I stand before you with a message of hope, healing, and unity. A message that the path to lasting peace begins with something deeply profound, something that unites us, the all, the earth beneath our feet. We live in a world where we are increasingly aware of the destructive impact of humanity has on the planet, from climate change to resource depletion, from deforestation to water scarcity. The environment crisis we face today are not just the threats to the earth, they are the crisis of human survival, crisis of peace. From the arid deserts that stretch where once lush forests thrived, to the rising ocean that swallowed whole communities, from the fields that crops wither and the air we breathe, now it's all polluted and toxic. These problems are not just isolated, they are interconnected and they affect us. In this moment, we must understand that peace building cannot happen without healing the earth. We cannot have peace in a world that is sick. We cannot live in a harmony when we land depend on the survival is being destroyed. The key to lasting peace lies in our collective ability to restore balance, rebuild ecosystems, and re-establish a sustainable relationship with nature. The most immediate and impactful solution to building peace is the restoration of ecosystem. Yes, the power of regeneration. When we restore forest, wetlands, grasslands, we just don't revive biodiversity, we restore communities. In many regions affected by land degradation and deforestation, communities should come up together to restore their lands. In doing so, they would be healing their relationship with nature and with each other. These acts of restorations not just create jobs but also foster cooperation and reduce the risk of conflict on lands. As we know, for example, Singapore, if you go to Singapore, you would see the green spaces have been created, the buildings would have gardens and gardens, right? And in 2014, Norway has already banned the deforestation in the UN summit. So these little steps would be the part of the greater whole. In last year in Indian IPL, we have seen that in every dot ball, one plant is planted. So these are the small things which we could do to at least have the part in the greater whole. And as we know, water is life, and yet a billion of people around the world still lack access to clean and safe water. For example, in India, the biggest slum Dharvi, if you know, they have been using the bad water since so many years, and this is affecting humans, this is affecting us. So water scarcity have sparked conflict for centuries, and as a global temperature rise, the problem is still worsening. But water can also be a bridge to peace. Water sharing agreements that have been effective in many regions, proving that communities or countries come together to manage this vital resource. They build not just trust, but a unity, a peace. If we focus on sustainable water management and invest in technology to preserve water, we can turn scarcity into solidarity. Now, and the foremost thing I would say that the path to a shared future. If we build a world of peace, we must begin by educating the future generation, the future leaders. Environment education is not just about teaching people how to protect the earth. It's about teaching them that peace begins with understanding. It's about fostering awareness that our action, no matter how small, are part of a greater whole. Through education, we can build a generation of leaders who recognize that peace is not just about ending war, it's about fostering the well being of all life on earth. When people understand that earth health is our health, we can inspire a global movement for peace. The environment around us teaches us the fundamental truth that we all are interconnected. Our survival is tied to the survival of the planet. When we destroy the ecosystem, when we waste resources, when we pollute the land and water, we are not only harming the nature, we are harming ourselves. But when we restore ecosystem, when we invest in clean energy, when we protect our waters, and when we protect our lands, we are building a world where peace is possible. The earth can heal us when we can heal the earth. We must raise our voice for the policies changes, support renewable energy, and demand the environmental justice be at the forefront of peace building efforts. The earth is our greatest ally in building peace. Let us, I would say that if we work together, we would not only protect it but also use its power to heal and unite. The peace we seek is tied with the planet we share. So, if we care for the earth, we care for each other, and in doing so, we build the peace that will sustain us. And lastly, I would like to say that peace is not a distant dream, it is a possibility that begins with the earth. Thank you so much, everyone.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Kaushiki. Arup, would you like to say something just about that presentation?
Kaushiki, very articulate in a presentation, soft-spoken, but it was a very powerful kind of a thing that she was trying to make. And she's also a fabulous speaker. I've known her for quite some time. She's also Interact Club. I think she's leading her club in a place called Abu Road, which is on the foothills of Mount Abu in Rajasthan. It's a part of District 3055.
Lovely. Great. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
a small request. Maybe now that it's all done, you can open up for question answers and give 2 to 3 minutes to Bhaskaran to speak because he wanted to talk on that footprint, carbon footprint, and all. If he's available.
Yeah, just before that, one of our participants who was unable to log in at the time, I mean, he was
Okay.
there. It's not working. Parth, I'll give you the stage for 3 minutes. Can you please come online? Parth? Oh, I'm not able to see him. Okay. 1 minute. One second. Okay, I think Parth is there. I can see him. Parth?
Parth, you're there, my friend? Parth, you're there?
Sir, he was actually having some network issues. So,
So tell him to forget about the video, even with audio, if he can speak.
okay, sure, sir. I'll let him know.
Tell him that. We'll wait for a minute. In the meantime, you can take some questions, Amit, if you
Sure.
will.
So, yeah, I, I do have some inputs, but in terms of my presentation, I just had to just cover. Just a second. So, this is just probably like a brain tickler for all of our young participants today. There are so many problems which are there, right? So I just want all of you to try to think of something which might be a common problem for South Asia, right? South Asian countries. Do you think we can come to a consensus about what might be a common problem for us? Because once we are able to identify if there's a common problem, we can figure out if we can find a common solution as well. Okay, so this is just an activity. I don't expect you to do this now. Probably I want you to take some
Amit,
time
it's a
to think
good
about
idea
it.
of yours. What you do is all the children who participated, put them into a WhatsApp group, and the best idea that comes, share it with your DG. So when the DGs come on 22nd, 23rd for the peace conference, they can be told, "Okay, these are your children's choice. You have to do it. They don't have a
Absolutely.
choice."
Absolutely. That is
I hope DG is listening to it, DG Prashad. So when the children say, parents have to listen.
yes. So that's true. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
the plan.
I'm
Yeah.
listening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir. I guess Parth is here. He said fine.
Yeah. Can you say something again, Parth?
He's saying that he is speaking, but we cannot hear, so not sure.
So can we run his presentation? So at least we speak on his behalf. At least people see the presentation, what he has tried. Does
Okay.
anyone have his presentation so they can play the presentation?
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you do that for him. At least he's your colleague. Yeah.
Yes, sir, sure.
So what we'll do, we have somebody who is here with us today, who it is my pleasure to introduce as well. He is giving a note and something for us all to think about. It's to end this session. We have a stellar Rotarian who has joined us, and it's my pleasure to introduce Ravi Shankar Dakuju, who is a distinguished Indian philanthropist. He's a serial entrepreneur and a real estate investor based out of Bangalore. He's actually from my Rotary Club of Bangalore. And he's known for his transformative contributions to society, and he has pledged 100 crores to the Rotary Foundation in 2018, making that the single largest contribution by any Indian towards Rotary as a donation. And as a Rotary leader, he's served as the president of Rotary Bangalore Orchard, as well as the Rotary Foundation Arch Clump Society ambassador for India and Asia, and is currently the district governor nominee for Rotary International District 3192. Through the Paulo Dakujo Ravi Shankar Foundation, he's spearheaded initiatives in education, senior citizen care, environmental restoration, community development, including building schools, planting millions of trees, and rejuvenating lakes. And he's a co-founder of Hara Housing. He's also a dedicated family man and the recipient of numerous awards, including the Karnataka Ratna Award in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, to address us, please welcome Rotarian Ravi Shankar Dakuju.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I'm trying to find your... Yes.
Can you say hello? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thanks, Amit. Thanks for the introduction. And what an exciting Sunday morning it's been. I was dreaming of having chai and lazy Sunday morning with like samosas, but it ended up like it's like it's amazing experience. And as an elderly person, I mean, belong to a older generation, we feel so guilty when I hear youngsters talking with so much of wisdom, concern, emotion. It's really something which the present generation have to think what blunders we have done. And we are really guilty of bringing in this global warming and climate change and global warming into your hands. And the crime was done by our generation. I think I should accept that this crime started from industrial revolution, and we haven't looked back. And each speaker, I mean, as you said, the future of the world war is for water, not for diamonds or gold and other countries. It is going to be for water because with other things you can survive without them. You don't have diamond, you can survive. Without jewelry, you can survive. Without water, you're dead. And such a truth. And each speaker, I think, start from Krishna, from SDF school, Sri Krishna. I think he spoke with so much of maturity. I think he must be more than 70 years. He's still studying in school. And Josiah Maria in Pakistan. And right now, I've been traveling in one of the 4 hotspots, environmental hotspots of India. I'm in Sahyadri Range, that is Western Ghats, in Sindhudurg district, because we are doing a tree plantation project called Dhanyavad. That is it's planting 1 lakh trees for all the benevolence, benefits, and whatever the blessings we receive from nature, giving back to it. That's what is called Dhanyavad. And what to say? I mean, people, anyone from Maldives?
I don't think anyone has joined from Maldives.
Maldives, yeah. I know what a fragile nation it is. One of the most beautiful countries I've seen. But what a dangerous has been very, very cautious on all these points from a long time. They're extremely sensitive about that how fragile the environment, and they're very possessive about protecting their environment. I think these are the lessons we should learn from what's happening to the world. And I'm so impressed with participation from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, of course. I mean, that means there is, however, how much ever we deny the political differences, the DNA is same. We have spoken the same tone, same emotion, same concern about the planet. It's a very heartening feeling. Whatever Jinnah and Gandhi have divided, we're still the same. We have the same DNA, same blood running through our veins. Such a beautiful, heartening Sunday morning. And I should thank Amit. You did a wonderful job. I didn't know that you're not what is it? You're not hosting it. You're actually interacting with the kids. You are brought out there, innate innocence and purity with a smiling face and I think and our DG Mahadev Prasad for thinking such a huge project and to bring the consciousness about achieving international peace through environmental sustainability is, I think, hats off to him. I think it's 1 hour, we are late by 1 hour 6 minutes, but still nobody has gone. That shows how powerful the subject is, how relevant, how we are thankful to you for bringing such a wonderful subject on board. Thank you very much. Anything else?
All right. Thank you so much, Ravichandran. No, I think those are really wonderful words that you shared. And, we really, I think our youngsters are, first of all, very happy that they got to hear from somebody like you who's putting so much effort into, saving our environment, is also accepting that, we did, as senior individuals, we did have a role to play in the youngsters needing to take such a big role. So I think that's very nice thought that you shared with us.
Saying that we accepted the crime doesn't mean that we are escaping from the crime. I think we should own it, and we should try to see what we can do. Joining hands with the junior leaders, that intellectuals are the youngest in the value, blockchain, and look at them; they are much ahead of us. Especially, I think this Guru Sadik Kaur's talk. I think most of them, Kian Sharma. Oh, it's such a baby talk. Still, I think I'm sure that Milk Tooth has not fallen down, but he was teaching. This is much like my teacher. Fantastic. Very, very nice. A very nice program. I'm so glad that I could be with you throughout. Though I was inside the forest. But I was stopping wherever there was connectivity and holding on to that. I joined about 5-6 minutes late. I'm extremely sorry for that. My apologies.
Thank you so much for taking the time, even though you're traveling. All right.
Okay. You can see that Sahyadri range here. This is Sahyadri.
Beautiful.
This is Sahyadri. As I can say, the watering the top of the thing gets so hot here. Yeah, this is Western Ghats.
Lovely. Great.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. Now can I have my lunch?
Yeah, go ahead, please. I will let everyone go now. All right.
No,
Thank you.
now ahead. I will find some civilization now.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, with that, I will also. Sorry?
Yeah, was it something said? Was that?
What is that?
Is that someone said?
Yeah, Amit. Hi, Amit. This Arup here.
Arush, there.
Amit, can you hear me?
Yeah, Arup, tell me.
Yeah. Can we give, say, 2 to 3 minutes to Bhaskaran, because he wanted to talk a little bit about carbon footprints with the children.
Okay.
If it is possible.
Sure. Bhaskaran, can you try?
Arup, Amit, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Please go ahead, Bhaskaran.
Okay, good. Okay, fine. So I'm joining by mobile, but I'm going to present through a laptop. So please bear with me if there is a sync issue. Let me share a few slides. Thank you for this opportunity. I'll quickly run down unless if you have any questions. Are you able to view my slide? Hello? Arup, can you hear me?
There is an echo. I mean to say, you give up the slide, just talk. So slide, we can send it across because it's echoing. That's the only challenge.
1 second. Let me. Now, are you able to hear me? There's something wrong with my internet. I'm trying both the okay.
Go ahead.
Are you still able to hear the echo?
Yeah, you can just switch off your video and then talk. Is it possible?
I can. Okay, let me just. Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
still you're here.
Go ahead, we'll deal with it. We are dealing climate change, we can deal with this also, I guess. So
Or, I can just present the slide, you can just, you can talk.
yeah, go ahead.
So climate change and global warming is impacting life, humanity, and planet Earth. We need to because we need to keep the global warming between 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius, meet the net zero target 2050 and 2070. In Singapore 2050, India 2070. The climate change has been induced because humanity initiated and humans must correct it. So what is the carbon footprint, right? Carbon dioxide is a major contributor to global warming. We need to meet the net zero. So what is net zero? Carbon dioxide released in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide removed from the atmosphere. So this is what carbon footprint is. What is carbon footprint? Any activity you do, when you consume electricity, water, gas, plastics, paper, food waste, transportation, phone usage, everything results in the carbon footprint. There are scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. It's time to act, save the planet. We have developed a mobile app called Planet Sustain. For the people, for the planet, we'll partner for common purpose. This app will help you to create green literacy and create awareness. App looks very simple. You just click on electricity, select a source of electricity, select a month, put in the units from your electricity bill. That's how you can calculate a carbon footprint. Schools, colleges can play a crucial role in kickstarting awareness, engaging students and faculty, combat climate change. We have launched the Planet Sustain International Championship for Student Climate Action. The top championship winning club will travel to Singapore. Please check with your Interact or coordinating teachers or your DICs for further details. Just on, August the 14th, the Valentine's Day is coming. I'm offering the offer to everyone.
Should we wait for some more time?
Download the app, use it for 1 month. Show that you've been actively using the app. Share the screenshot with Ancilla. The email it is given. I will extend the subscription till December 2025. It's available on Google Play and App Store. Sorry, Arup, I'll stop here because it's echoing. So.
Yeah, I'll just quickly add to this. Very shortly, we are going to launch something called as a task force, and the new task force that already SRAC Global is talking of is a Youth Affairs Task Force, and which would have Interact and Rotracts to begin with. And two of the projects that would begin with would be the Planet Sustain Championship of Bhaskaran, and there's another championship which is called as a Climate Innovation Challenge. It is of New Mexico, America. Both are non-Rotary programs, but we're trying to integrate them for the goodness of the world. So that's in this thing. And this championship, though the date was mentioned as 31st of January, Bhaskaran is also exploring with his partners of this program to extend the last date because there are little confusions in understanding. Bhaskaran, correct me if I'm right or wrong. You're there, Bhaskaran? Okay.
Are you talking about championship program?
The annual championship. I hope the dates are extended.
Yeah, we are trying to extend it because in Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, UK, the curriculum starts from January 1st onwards.
Okay.
So they were saying, you're not giving enough time for us. Can we extend it, maybe till November because it's for the year? But any school or any Interact club can participate for any 6 months. It doesn't, prevent them from participating.
And there is no fees. There is zero fee for participation.
There's absolutely no fees. All the 25 students of the Eco Club will get 1 year free subscription. There'll be surveys, there'll be quiz. It also includes the, prize money. They'll also be able to reduce electricity consumption at home and reduce the cost of, the household expenses.
And 25 children get free internships. 25 top children get free.
In fact, we are going to increase it because we're going to come out with a curriculum, to to give them some basic understanding what is environmental climate change, its impact, how they can resolve it, and what is the career path they can choose. Because, one of the polytechnic in India came to us, like our polytechnic students do not get in the job. So because some students after they, finish their 10th or 12th, they go into polytechnic. So we are also going to create a curriculum for them to become a sustainability consultant or intern. So this internship we are going to make it online. So once we make it online, we can maybe increase from 25 to 50 to 100. That will announce it a bit later. Currently, we are going to give it for 25 interns.
Thank you. Any questions people have before we say thank you? And you can take over. Do people have any questions?
So those students, I just want to make a last point, right? The students were saying, what can we do, right? In Australia last year, students of primary and secondary went on strike against the government with the reason that, the government is not doing enough on climate change. They're suffering because even now, if you look at Western Australia, it's flooded. People are filling the city, so students can take an active part. They can understand what is carbon footprint, reduce the carbon footprint by educating the parents and families and the peers. They can make because if I tell Arup, please calculate your carbon footprint, understand your consumption, he will be hesitating. I got a lot of work to do, but the student can actually tell the parents, let me do it for you. Just give me your, let's understand the consumption, let's track and measure, because unless you track, you measure, you cannot take action. Yeah, thank you. I finished my.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Amit.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bhaskaran, for all of those very exciting inputs. Very exciting. I'll definitely check out the app. So with that, I will bring an end to this session. I'd like to take the time to thank all of, first of all, I'd like to thank all of the students who gave so much, passion and vision in your presentations. It was really exciting to see, and I'm very proud that all of you have put in so much in your presentations. Next, I'd like to thank Rotarian Zarir Bata, who's been working tirelessly to make this event happen. Even with our host being unable to make it, you really pulled out all the stops and ensured that we had a very successful event. So thank you so much. Next, I'd like to thank Arup. We met online officially only, I think, yesterday, but your passion for the environment is so evident. Thank you for taking the time to engage with these students. It's added so much to them, and I'm sure they have learned a lot through engaging with you. Of course, I'd like to thank Rotarian Ravi Shankar Dakuju for, even though he's been traveling, spending all of this time making sure. I thought he joined much later, but he was there from the beginning and he heard every single student speak. And it's very nice to know that he's doing so much for the environment as well. And finally, last but not least, DG Rotarian Mahadev Prasad. Sir, thank you so much for envisioning such a wonderful program. We actually need to do a lot when it comes to peace actually in South Asia, and it's a very important subject that you have highlighted through the peace conference as well as these events which lead up to it. So thank you for your support in everything. Whatever we asked, you said go ahead. So that's the kind of leader who really makes things happen. So thank you so much, sir, for that. And with that, I'd like to end. I hope.
Can I speak a word for the DG?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
And it's not flattering because I don't do flattering. Very few people have come across, especially the DG fraternity, who means walk the talk. He's a very good listener. And though at times he gets frustrated when I chase him for certain stuff, but that's good. But he's one person who walks the talks. Thank you so much. Thank you, DG, for your passion.
Thank you, Arupji. We are there with you. And thanks to SRAG for joining us in this program. I would love to have throughout my journey as DG.
Lovely. Thank
And thanks, nice moderation, Mr. Amit.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
the nice moderation you have done, very nice. And in fact, you were so friendly with all the students. Ravi was perfect in saying that you were part of the students group. So nice of you. Thanks to Zarir for selecting a nice person from the host club of Bangalore. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I would love to see some of those participants as speakers in our peace and conflict as a South Asia International Peace Conference. I would love to have at least some of them come and speak in the conference and show us and give us light. Especially for Ravi was excellent in saying that these people can teach the elders a lot. So I would love to listen to those people even in our speech, in our workshop summit.
Probably we'll try to set that up, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Arupji.
So can we have a group photo with all the children? Because at least they'll carry some memoirs, whoever are left behind. Yeah. So, yeah, just can we put on the screen so that everyone can come on a frame? Gallery. Yeah.
Cameras.
We have got some 32. I think you'll have to go into 2 frames. So, Amit, you can take the pics, and can all of you put your videos on so that for one last time? I know it's gone beyond schedule. All must be feeling hungry.
Yes.
Yeah. One frame could be this, and there would be one more frame.
All right, everyone smile.
So yeah, hi. So the next frame now. You're changing it at your end?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a second. Lovely. I got everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your meal.
And in the WhatsApp group, please write down the exact name of your Interact Club. It is not Rotary Interact Club, it is Interact Club. Josiah. So it starts to check your charter certificate, whatever.
Yeah,
is the
sure.
Check your charter certificate, whatever is the number, your email ID, whoever you want, write down the name of your teacher coordinator. She also should get a mention because they have also done lots for the preparation. And those which are community-based Interact Club, give the name of whoever you like. You like your president, you like whoever you. So we will try to have that name also inserted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. It was an interesting experience.